Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? How you doing? Welcome in. We are back. Happy Friday, everybody. It is time to get back into some good old Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Get on up in. Yo, what's happening, guys? Welcome back, welcome back. So, today, I'll be joined again with the community. We're chilling out. Mage, what's happening? Lady Akira, thank you for that daily check-in. Welcome in. Nice to have you here. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday. Share, what's happening, my boy? What is good? Great stream earlier. You guys were killing it. I need to make it into those streams. I need to make it into one of those. I'm trying to play Smash with y'all again. So let me know when y'all pop up on that again, because that was fire. Some fire matches. I was going to get in earlier, but we had some plumbing issues and we had to have someone come over and take a look at that. So next time I will join in on the festivities. Anyways, good evening, everybody. Pretty decent day today. And looking forward to the future. A lot of cool stuff's gonna be going down. Yeah, the game is officially out for everybody to play, which is pretty awesome. I hope that everybody gets enough time to get in here and check it out, because it's amazing. I actually had somebody online actually tell me earlier today that they saw one of my shorts and picked up the game because of how much fun I was having in the short. And I was like, what, dude? Stop playing. So yeah. Anyways, we finna have fun. Happy Friday, everybody. Let's get in here. All right. Yes. Let me go ahead and join up in their lobby real quick.
I thought this was quick.
Ooh, let me get y'all on. What's up, y'all? What's happening?
Talking about you, bro.
Super clear,
I said, oh, he don't want to come in here with us.
I'm in here. What's up?
What's good?
I miss up. What's going on?
Congratulations, drinks on you.
Hey, give me a little bit, and I got y'all. Y'all having a good Friday?
It's Friday, so hell yeah, shit.
We
We gotta go to that motherfucking job tomorrow.
Hey.
See, that's what I didn't like. I didn't like the execution of these earbuds.
They could have definitely done a lot better.
Hell yeah.
It does, especially for $200.
Let me make an adjustment here to my audio real quick, because we need to turn off the music, in the game music. We got our own music tonight. All right, there we go. We'll keep the rest of that on.
On PlayStation, you can change it out.
You see, shit, they want $1,000 for this motherfucking extended hard drive.
How many terabytes?
Ooh.
10 terabytes. I don't care. $1,000. PlayStation, they better suck it. Man, that don't make no sense.
I emotionally asked Miss Mona to cook something for us.
Really wish I could carrying the wheel. Hey y'all, this steering wheel right here is the mother loving mega of steering wheels. I'm not disappointed with the purchase.
I need to get one.
That one in Nebraska is.
This is it.
Dragon Balls.
Oh,
We
that
can
one was
whisper
like
anything
$700.
we want.
Oh, you're talking about that other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
That mug was like $700.
Yeah, they wanted it. I was like, damn, do it bring you drinks?
Okay.
Do it get you pregnant?
No way.
For a steering wheel.
$700, you better see
Anybody strong
You so better, you better give me a happy thought afterwards. Shit. Happy ending, happy thought, all that shit. It's about to try it. That Fortnite was kind of cool though. Jada, you should get that.
What?
Look at that Discord. The Fortnite.
I got the room key up.
Nah, I gotta. Bro.
But no, I want a yellow one so bad.
Yo, chef, what's happening, bro?
But it was on.
Well, You were the one who helped me to grow stronger, Piccolo.
Is that a bummer?
Contestant
nice.
number 17, would you like to give a comment?
What y'all wanted? Y'all want me to just join in that with y'all, or?
Yeah, I'm about to. We almost done, bro. You like
No, I'm not, bro. You cooking right now. I'm going beyond.
Y'all funny.
now I'm going beyond.
Hey.
I'm watching y'all over here.
Y'all heard that song by Suki?
Uh,
Suki with the good Gucci. That's what she called herself, not me.
Suki with the steak.
If Goku uses
She
his
called
full
herself that,
power,
not me. I
he'll
didn't.
blow this place to
She got a
smithereens.
song, that motherfucker be like, I'm selling Cooch.
I'm real
She said
excited
just like
to test
that,
out my
y'all.
skills.
You know you girl down. I said, she won't win, but she ain't here, true. Like, you want some ice cream for the tea?
Yeah, we vibing tonight, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Yeah, so I'm waiting for them right now. They got a match going on. Essentially, we're just gonna be tussling tonight. If you were here the last time, you already know what it is. You know, you already know the vibes. It's gonna be very, very similar, very chill. And we just been going back and forth. I'm waiting for them to get me in this lobby. They tussling right now, man. I'm trying to get in there. They should have just let me make the lobby. I'll just join me. I'm thinking about just saying that.
I don't know. Oh my god.
What, the bro?
Contestant number 17,
Oh,
would you like to give a comment?
Goku
823
uses his
might.
full power.
Oh, 823. All right.
771
All right.
174.
Oh, you could
All
have.
right. Bet. We in there. Yeah, y'all should put that. Y'all should pin that.
Hey, how come
The,
Vegeta's not
the
here?
new Pro, it comes with 2 terabytes of storage.
I already got it.
Yeah, this motherfucker said
They actually charge you an extra
I already got the 2 terabytes.
We
How you
close
get
this.
2 terabytes?
Hold on, I'm gonna jump out of here for
I'll
like
put it in.
a few. I'll be back in a few.
Oh, you put the extended hard drive in there?
Yeah.
I want to see. JD, you a baller. I'm trying to be like you.
There we go.
What?
I'm trying to be like you when I grow up, dude.
Yeah, all right. I can't ready up.
You can't ready up.
There you go.
That's what you said. You're right.
I can't. Yeah, I can't ready up, bro. Hold on.
Oh man. Okay. All right, man. Go easy on me.
Oh yeah.
Should we continue from where we left off?
He
Hold
back
on.
in the building.
Oh, yeah, let me. I'm gonna have to start off strong, cause I know y'all been going all day.
Nah. A couple 3 hours. Couple hours.
That's good enough practice, man. Oh yeah, of course, absolutely. I'm very hyped. Sassy, welcome in. Yeah, I'm very, very excited. I'm hyped.
I need the Lord to bless me with this job. Look at her ass, okay? Listen here, bitch. You ever got beat up on a Tuesday? Didn't think you had.
Okay then, I'll play with you a little bit.
Let's go. All the beers.
Hey, how much
Wide
is Space
awake
Marine?
now. It better be worth.
You said what?
I was asking babe how much Space
Oh.
Marine is. You know once you buy it, you can't see it.
Here I am.
Make me sweat. Make me water.
Oh boy. Oh Oh boy.
Y'all gonna cop my album. It's called "Let Me Hold Something," produced by Broke Nigga Records.
You know I had to do it. You know I had to do it.
Seriously, that's all you got?
Oh!
All right. Interesting.
So it don't bring up the. It's what?
Oh my God.
See, I'll try this one.
I'll send you to the next world with this ultra big bang.
They must have not said first.
Oh, that hit.
I stood still, man. I was charging. I had to go to the charge button and shit to move, man.
I was actually hoping you wasn't gonna be able to see me since I was in the water.
Why do you take it down like a monkey? Girl, because my hair ponytail today. Yes. And then they turned the air on and froze me out. But by that time, my hair was already looking like a fucking fool.
That move is crazy, bro.
Pain in the neck.
Crazy.
I be like, that's because it's full of white people. No.
Fine and welcome in. How's your night going? Oh Lord. Nerdy, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Oh boy. I'm getting my butt kicked now. Oh, I should have blocked that. Oh my God, this move. Oh, we dodged it.
A moron.
Oh my God. GG's.
GG's, bro.
You ought to know your
Cut
place.
me out. Dead space.
Yo, how is everybody doing tonight? And I'm doing well. Let me give you guys some shout outs real quick. I'm over here getting my butt kicked. This is my first match of the night. Oh, we can do rematch? You down for a rematch or?
Oh, you could have rematched that shit.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was declined. It's all good. It's all good. I didn't even know that was an option.
Nah, I had already hit the other shit. I
got you.
DJ got a bun.
Why would you ask for a rematch? I mean,
I got you.
DJ.
I got what?
You got a man bun with your locks.
I can, yeah.
Tell them they want none to fling it. They don't get it, DJ. Tell them.
Oh my God. Oh snap. Yeah, I need to definitely cut this. I need to cut some of this. It's too long, y'all. Too long.
you be laying on that shit. You be laying on that shit and everything, but that shit be different, though. If you hear that long.
Yeah.
Doing the same shit, dog. Hey,
You said what?
Okay,
Is it
then.
heavy?
I'll
Your
play
head
with
heavy?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Make your head hurt, huh?
From time to time. In this style, it's really nice because I don't have to worry about it as much.
G?
So that's why I do it a lot more often than I used to.
That's why I be telling these motherfucking hoes, listen here, I wear wigs because I want to, baby. Not because I have big different wants. I almost need a beautician back. But let me tell you something. This hair I get falling shit. I got the
Ooh.
hair down in ponytail. Girl, I want to go get a one of them Dominican blowouts. That's what I want.
You're a real pain in the neck.
To have me out here looking fabulous. But I gotta wait till it stop being hot outside.
This is the end for you.
Come right on making
My God.
Get something done there. And look at you done sweated it out.
Interesting.
I'm sorry. You know what?
Oh, dirty.
That put the chemicals in their hair. Stop doing that. I've been relaxing free. I only put relaxers in my hair because my hair is so thick.
The next world with this ultra
I was only doing it to tame it so that I could manage it. But now that I don't I haven't had a relaxer on my hair.
Let's freaking go.
So yeah, it's been 8 years now. You
Oh
gotta
wow.
grow out, keep And you gotta find products that work for you. Like black girl hair products don't work for me. It's too heavy, it's too greasy. Some of that shit was making my hair shed real bad. So I use our other girl hair products. Do I? I'm coming up on my 2 months. Cause I got my hair cut what, last month? Woo! That's what I'm saying, that means growing.
Still haven't learned.
We're not gonna talk about it.
Ooh, good.
Welcome to the stream. She can't hear me. I'm gonna be y'all's hype. She can't hear me. Who you got?
Bow your head.
Do what?
People be having some names. I said I'm y'all hype man for the night. Can they hear me on your stream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already said hi to little nerd
To power. Huh. Sink in.
Who's that talking about?
My little makes me the strongest being in the universe.
JD, you
I
on
detect the faintest of aura.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he had another character? How many characters we got? How many characters we got?
Foolish.
Oh, nice.
That's your feet. That's what
Sink in. I straighten your shield. For all of us around your head.
Okay. You ain't been over there practicing.
I'm trying.
He was over there like, I'm gonna hit this.
Finished. Retribution.
Oh no. Ooh, good counter.
I feel like they should be like, they see.
I straighten your shield. For all of us mortals.
I'm the DJ screen. Why he need a net? Y'all in the shit? I'm saying.
No. Oh my god.
You already DJ is not voting. Shut your ass up. Oh my god. Hey, that was up early. Oh, you got up when I got it.
The mind tricks. GG's.
GG's, boy.
You should have known to quit before it was too late.
There you go. Okay. Get on outside then. He got a little water on the sheet. He got a little
bang yang.
Baby talking about little bang yang. He got that bang yang.
Okay then, I'll play with you a
DJ
little
don't
bit.
listen. This how we act.
It's all good.
I'm wide awake now. It better be worth it.
BB. Thank you for that check-in, brother.
Yeah.
About to say, I've been trying to get that off this whole time. That was a good exchange. What?
The fuck, man? The fucking bullshit.
Oh,
All them times I was trying to do this shit, yo. The Ben got hit.
This is the end for you.
this game looks fun. Is it pretty new? Oh, it just came out for everybody today. Welcome in, Lala. Oh my god.
It took how many
What did I just do?
it was time consuming.
I'm dead, bro. That's crazy.
And then once they get on it, they got to
Whoa.
so I
So I wonder if you get very quickly, you just look like another girl and let the tree that
How do I dodge that, bro?
idea. I'm confused.
avoid contact with the skin and make sure that the field knows it's not touching the skin.
Nice, nice.
No, I would, but this time.
This is the end for you.
Moisturize
Here's a little extra.
I'm dead. Definitely dead. Damn near.
I detect.
We're in the building.
What a drag.
Whoa.
Think you can keep up?
JD, get your girl
What's a good play?
Ooh, nice. Nice dodge.
JD has got selected.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. Look how you just chimed in. Yes, you do. That's what you said. That's because you messed with you West kids out there. I was like, you still got selected.
Oh my god. No. No. GG. How many characters do you have, by the way? You got 3?
You ought to know your place.
I've been using 2 this whole time. No wonder I'm losing.
I only used one that whole time though. Both times these times I won, I only used one character.
Oh, I know. That Beerus is crazy, bro. You've been in the lab with him. I see.
Nah, I just started using him today. PB.
Against PB.
Yeah.
Y'all been in a hyperbolic time chamber.
PB is crazy, player. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, man. It's sharp
I
and
love it.
fast, like it's nuts.
Let me get you a quick shout out. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Thank you everybody for coming by today. Hopefully you got a good Friday. It's been wonderful. Did I just miss choosing my character? I didn't. All right. Let's go to the city. Oh my goodness. And thank you, Nerdy, for the Dragon Ball emotes. Those are all amazing. Thank you, thank you. Did I give you a shout? I did, right? I did not. I did not. I gotta quickly do this because he out here using 12 characters. There you go. Again, thank you guys for being here. All right, we need another character to stab. Beat him fast. All right, let's just go Ultra Instinct. He won't expect that at all. He won't expect that at all. You know what I'm saying?
Okay then, I'll play with you a little bit.
What they say is unscented barrier?
I'm wide awake now. You better be.
No problem, Lala. No problem.
Hey, Lala.
Is Beerus my fave? Beerus has been kicking my butt. Oh, that was circumstance.
You know.
Oh my god, that move.
Interesting. I'll send you to the next world with this Ultra Big Bang.
That was great. I'll be chilling that word.
Oh, okay.
Work different.
I thought you were happy.
Yeah, work different from me now, yo.
Oh my god.
Most of the time I hate to work. Now I love that shit. Shit like paid vacation. I love that. I love going there every fucking day. Every fucking day. I love going there. It's fun as fuck. That's just fun as fuck. They got this weird part. Get on my nerves and shit, but at the same point in time, like compared to where I was at, man, this shit's lovely. So I fucking love it. Love this shit and embrace this shit.
I'm glad you I think I might be it's in a different form. Yeah, it ain't staying on the screen.
Oh damn, we both out of energy?
It was like this, just right. What? Foolish. Couldn't
It was a goat.
Woo. My goodness, bro.
What's up?
Ooh, nice.
So I fucking started getting this reaction to my computer, right? Then I was switching about brushing. Why did it dawn on me that the guy didn't like himself?
Oh, nice, nice, nice.
It's like a sunburn.
That was your last character. Yeah. Nah, I got selected from responding. I can't select my hearing. I can't select on my hearing. I can select on my responding.
What I say?
Damn. You talking about something? I'm not good with recipe.
Oh, okay. Come on. Yes, I will.
Who's my fave? So far, I've been picking Gogeta a lot. It's been a very popular character for me.
Oh, they're going online. Hey,
No. The intentional dodge.
Long as you know.
You should have just did it. Should have took the deal.
No sir.
You don't know Dragon Ball only a little bit? Yeah, there's a lot of characters at this point. Lala said, hey.
What you on this Good Friday night? What you sipping on? What you drinking on? You can be juice, you can be
Nice attack.
Oh, what? That reached me from over there?
That's bullshit.
Yeah, when I bought you all the ones you don't like.
That's crazy, dude.
I feel.
That is wild. Sipping on root beer, a GG's.
GG, bro.
Son Goku.
Oh man, dog. I know you probably know they got you right over there, bro. Hope you feel better soon, man, player.
Sipping on root beer, doing good. Yeah.
And some honey makes you feel better. If you put you some whiskey in there, it makes you feel even better. Make you a hot toddy, honey.
It's been a minute since I had one of them.
No wonder y'all been missing out. I've been having music playing the whole time. Y'all missing all that shit. Crazy.
Is you sick? Okay, no, I'll tell you. This really makes you feel better. If you make you some hot tea, put you some honey, put you some lemon, and drop you a cough drop in there. Listen, you gonna thank me. Try it. I drink them when I'm sick.
Yeah, it's been. I love those as well. Pretty good. When you're sick, it's perfect.
It is. I'm telling you. Put that honey in there and that lemon, and drop that cough drop in there, baby. Get your life right together. I'm gonna wear some leggings and a t-shirt. Well, we ain't talking about you, man. Y'all, we gonna be zombies tomorrow. I'm super excited. I volunteered us for a zombie crawl, and we have to be there at 11:30. We get our makeup done professional, and we just we walk around like zombies and like pull people's flags. I'm excited.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, make sure to take plenty of pictures. That sounds fun.
I'll blow your selfie section up.
Okay then, I'll play with you.
We zombies, boy.
I'm gonna be out in the street.
I'm wide awake now. It better be worth it.
Whoa. Oh my God, that move. There has to be a way.
Here comes my ultimate attack.
Has to be a way.
I'll send you to the next world with this ultra big bang. Kamehameha!
I need to play some things.
Yo, JV, what's happening?
I found out I was allergic to latex.
I bet.
Interesting.
Bro. Boy, shut up. Not that. I went and got a tattoo. And instead of him using saran wrap, he used those latex covers.
Oh yeah.
And my shit started breaking out. It was real bad. I was like, what the hell? And so I called the tattoo dude and I was like, hey, I got some reaction shit going on. I'm like, is that this tattoo? He was like, are you allergic to latex? I was like, shit, not that I know of, but look like, apparently.
Interesting.
He was like, I think it's that latex. He was like, take that off. Ever since then,
I'll send you to the next world with this ultra big bang.
like even like the wig glue that girls be wearing, that bullshit, Ghost Bond and shit. I tried that shit one time, had a reaction to things for a week. Don't think I used to I was like, what, baby?
Are we in Discord? I'm actually. We are in Discord, but I'm actually not on my Discord right now. We're in JDT's Discord right now.
What's up, James? Welcome to the train. How you doing? How was your day? I'm hype man for right now. Hype man.
Yeah, that's actually my brother right there.
Like your actual little brother?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, bro. How you doing? Hey, Pam. What's cracking? What's shaking? What's popping? Okay, let's brace.
Oh, it was too slow.
Is JD can't talk and play at the same time.
Yeah.
What can I
Yeah,
use
sorry, y'all. We
to cover?
locked in.
What can I use as a computer to cover?
You love how chill my streams are. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's what we try to bring here all the time. Chill, relax streams.
You said what?
You said a cuticle cover?
Yeah, what could I use to cover my cuticle?
Tape.
That's it. It's a wrap.
Like latex in it, don't it?
Find an all natural tape. Something that's biodegradable.
But it still got latex, right?
Not if it's I don't know. Shit. Latex free tape. You ain't the only one with a latex allergy.
I had to just develop that shit too. It's just like, shit. I got allergies now. I was getting mad at my coworkers. I was like, you raggedy, dirty motherfuckers keep me sick. What the hell? Went to the doctor. It's their allergies. I was like, excuse me? I was like, I've never had allergies. She's like, and you grow into them. Just like you can grow out of them. Ragweed, like the pollens don't get me. It's the ragweed. And dear God, the ragweed has been so high the last couple of weeks. I've had some killer ass pressure headaches.
Oh, jeez. Hey, we're doing good, James. Thank you for asking, man. And even on Overwatch, which is difficult. Oh yeah, it's tough on Overwatch. In particular, it's real tough. Hey, man. GG's. Goodness.
That was nuts. James in the building.
James, hop in, bro.
How you feeling, bro?
We need to go back to one player match, though. This is too much.
I feel you, dog. Like,
This is too much.
it's long, bro. It's, like,
It's too long. My hands.
I couldn't imagine a 5-player jump, bro.
I cannot. Nah.
5 players.
This
Halfway through,
is-
I'm like, all right, bro. I need to break you. Hold on, man.
It's too rough.
Hold on.
Oh, there he is. There he is. Hey, man, hop in, man. My hand hurt already. Oh,
They made you the host, bro.
okay.
Hey,
Oh, let me see.
up?
so I Google latex free tape.
Yeah, they did.
This pop up, it's called mouth tape.
I bet.
Who tapes their mouth shut when they sleep?
It's not when they sleep. It's about when they awake.
I wouldn't recommend
They don't
when
want
they
to make
sleep.
no noise. They don't want to
she's
make no
sleeping
noise.
here. Look on the in Discord. She is asleep with mouth tape. For
From
sleep.
all the pleasure, everything that took place before that picture.
I hate you. Shut up.
Ooh. Y'all gonna have my hand hurt. I need a break
Man,
already.
that's not it.
Everything that took place before the picture.
I cannot. No. Why is tape so expensive?
Wait, let's go back to JV. I don't know if you heard that. Just the 1v1s. Just the 1v1s.
DJ, don't be saying that. I don't know if you heard me. What you trying to say?
What?
I don't
What?
know if you heard me or not. What you trying to say?
I just don't think he's in here. Or he might be. He might be, but I don't know.
I'll give him the, hold on, I'll give him the link to Discord.
Come on in. friend.
Always, bro.
Come on, James. Come on in.
That's the Discord right there.
Okay.
Now, if you ain't cool, you know what I'm saying? Yay. Yeah, just because your brother cool, you know what I mean? DJ, what you doing? You got carpal tunnel? You need to break something?
My hand hurt already.
Oh. I say you
JD in here and got me fighting 5 characters in a row.
That's
Nah,
how it
that's-
was when I was
that's
playing.
Beating me up.
That's on TV, bro. Blame TV.
That's how
Y'all, wow.
my fingers be like this.
Woo.
Hey, yo, how
So
your
I was
fingers
like,
be?
when I was
How your fingers be?
He cramping up on me and shit. I be like, so look, DJ. So I had told Daddy, I was like, it's certain games. I said I don't play them because you know I just be dying so much. People that come in here to see me die 2,500 times, they do it. So he gives me this whole little pep talk talking about fast. I'm telling you, you know how you talk. You gotta get in there. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a quitter. You just gotta get in there. You gotta do it. And I'm like, boy, I do be in there. I do be doing it.
I do be in there.
So he gonna say, hey,
yo,
man, they'll come in here to watch me die 25,000 times. He was like, man, if they leave, fuck them. They ain't for you then. So,
hey, that.
I get in here. I am dying on this one part on this game. I swear, I done died. Like, I counted. I died like 15 times. I said, I'm done. But JD's being trying to be good on me that he is here to talk about. That's what I'm saying. You got it.
15 times ain't shit. I didn't die for 6.
Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in, Chris. How you guys doing tonight? What are you guys up to? Welcome to the Thunderdome. We are in here practicing tonight, playing some DBZ. Glad to have you guys here with us. He's gonna try to go crazy on me right now. Facing my brother. Okay. I just need to get him off me, that's all. I just need to get him off me long enough. Oh, there it is. Sorry to Raiden Run, got to pack and head out for Renfest. Yo, thank you, man. I appreciate that. And definitely I understand about the raiding and running. Thank you again for bringing your community here. Have a great time at Renfest, man. I got to get him here. Oh, I might. Yes, with the hype. Let's go, Lala. We destroyed the planet. We destroyed the planet.
Whoa.
Hey man, let me just power up to my ultimate.
Sure. We just wouldn't cut the camera on.
Bro, you picked 2 characters. I knew you weren't listening.
What? I ain't saying nothing.
You talking about you wouldn't cut the
Breathe.
camera on. Oh my god.
Good, bro.
Who cares?
I'm fucking mad. No, I wasn't playing. Hey, bro, I'm feeling, man. I'm checking ball. See how you feeling, bro?
We got him. Yeah, there goes the planet.
Discord, bro.
GG's JV. GG, brother.
How you feeling, Reese? How was your Friday, bro?
Welcome in, everybody. Again, I'm DJ Eclectic, variety streamer here on Twitch. We get down on all kind of stuff here. Lately, it's been a lot of Dragon Ball. So if you're a Dragon Ball fan, this is the place to be. Outside of that, we've been playing, obviously, it's spooky month, so we've been playing some spooky games here and there. All kinds of stuff from like Phasmophobia to yeah, there's been a lot.
It's over 9,000.
Gambit, welcome in. How you doing? Hope your evening's going well, brother. Welcome on in here. Let me make sure that JDT knows one character. All right, one character, y'all. Please. My hands beg y'all. My hands.
Is that James?
How you feeling, Reese?
Hey James, how you doing?
JV.
You know, I'm the homegirl. What's happening? What's happening? Oh, nothing.
Working and coming home on Friday.
That's right.
You know that.
Come on, y'all. Let's take a shot. What we doing?
Let's do it.
Let me Oh, you gonna take that shot while we in this match? That's what's up.
I pick it right now, or I pick my character. I got 22 seconds.
Oh man.
Let me see.
It's shot 40
The reason why I chose
Shot 30.
characters.
Shot 30.
or shot 30. My bad.
I got 3 characters. Just like, hold on, bro.
Oh no, my hands.
I got you. Hold on.
Oh.
The reason I chose
Take it to the head.
because I was
got one
trying
I got one
to get
character.
into the Discord chat and it wasn't working.
Oh, I see. So you're like, yeah, I got an explanation for that.
Bro, how was your stream earlier, man? You streamed today, right?
I finally got in there after the match, but yeah.
I gotta fight my father real quick. Hold on.
Now it won't change during the battle royale, but it is on the page, Gamble.
I didn't say you
Go on
strong,
with the
maybe,
Hold up.
but this is good.
What's good?
Look at this one.
Hold on.
All right, don't mess with Seeing Gohan, bro.
It's to kill you, buddy.
What you got? What's the flavor? Oh, this motherfucker right here.
Y'all over there getting lit.
No, I can't see it.
My back.
I can't go to the Discord right now.
Oh, shit.
I'll kill me and shit. We're gonna fight to the death.
Hoa? Is that how you say it?
Spell it.
C-O-A?
Oh, that's bullshit.
We about to
Yes, sir. Beating up my dad.
I had enough at work.
Look at you drinking on the job. Look at you.
You know, it's Latin History Month.
You're like they said I could.
They brought it to work.
Okay, Mijo. Okay, let's go.
I can do even better next time.
So I'm
Am I
good.
going by myself?
I'm turned.
Am I going by myself?
Hey, no, JD already he already got you.
Right now.
Okay.
You got that little glass. What does it say on there?
Let's do this the right way this time.
You all right?
It say Kansas City Chiefs, buddy. What you talking about? What you mean? What did that say?
GG's also
Cheers.
JV.
Cheers.
Okay.
GG's. No GG's.
All right, JDT. I had to pop off real quick, man. That's all.
No, that was luck.
Oh my God, we reached that part of the night.
No.
Hey,
No, I just talked
now
shit,
look-
bro. Just talk shit, bro.
now look at it.
Oh yeah, I never seen that. I don't think.
Yo, this is fire.
No other choice but to take action.
He said we had that part tonight. We're there already.
We're there already?
No way I'm gonna lose to you.
Alright, I already know it.
Are you on the computer, Gabby?
Why you coming for me? I got one arm, bro. Chill.
Hey,
Too strong for you.
do you think it hurts my PC with all that stuff dragging on it? Like everything I got plugged up to it.
Nice block.
Thank you.
You said what?
My bad, Sassy. I was complimenting him on his battle skills here.
No.
I'll show you what I'm made of.
Oh man, here we go.
Authorize it?
Get a load of this.
Try reloading the page.
What's HDR mean on the camera?
HDR.
Combines multiple exposures to capture
I'll
broader range.
defeat you.
Hey, I'm great, bro.
Oh no way.
Can't complain, man. Great ass day. Trying to get some dubs, man. And get my ass whooped.
Man, I hear that. Yo, tell me that special beam cannon ain't cold.
Yeah, that shit came out of nowhere.
That's cold. That's cold. That shit is cold, bro. He's too cold.
That's ridiculous.
GG's.
It's some of
It's
these
so
moves on this
fast.
game, GG's. Yeah, they don't change. It just happens, you know.
It just happened. You just think it, and it's just. Thank you, Lala. Thank you. Man, some good vibes in here tonight, y'all. We vibing.
You already know it.
Throw it up, throw it up. Throw it up, throw it up. Hello.
All right. Where you want to go? Anywhere particular? All right.
I love how we were yesterday or the other day was stressing.
Oh, yeah, the update that.
How we couldn't blow up the map.
Yeah, now we just doing it, bro.
About that, right?
All in a month.
Hey, man. Yo, I might have to try out Future Gohan a little bit more, man. He's kind of fire.
Mind you, these are the first couple matches.
Do I need to show you the gap between us?
Oh yeah, Gohan been through it all by this point.
We will both continue to get stronger.
His world went through some crazy stuff. All right, what you gonna do? You coming for me already? I knew you were.
What a 10-foot game.
Ooh. Wait, Dad, I got one arm. Hold on. Give me a second. I've been through it. I can only block with the one and attack you with the same one. Hold on.
None of mine will have disabilities.
Hold on.
Okay. You raised the warrior. I'm gonna show you. Hold on. I kind of keep saying, hold on.
That's bullshit.
See?
Got that one. You got that one.
My God.
Yeah.
My God. This man is a menace.
This is one player shit. I got used to being reckless from God damn, yo. Controller fucked up.
Oh no, that's it. You got me.
What?
You said we doing what?
Hell no. I wasn't a kid.
I will for work.
Oh man, this is close.
I'm gonna be Chester the Cheetah.
You gonna be who?
Chester the Cheetah.
Are you really or are you fucking with me?
No,
That was fire. GG's.
GG, yo.
You know what I wanted to be?
Who did
I
you
wanted
want
to be. I wanted to be mail order bride. I was gonna get like a bridal costume, and then I was gonna go to the post office and stick some UPS stickers on me and shit, and then get my wife a postal outfit. Mail order bride, baby. That's what I was gonna be.
That's
Wow.
That's fire.
Yeah. Don't take my shit, chat. All right?
Too late. My costume's already on the way.
Too late.
That's what I was gonna do.
Just like you never should have told the chat about your feet company you were talking about.
My feet enterprise is fucking.
I'm telling you. You already got competitors now. You shouldn't have told them.
Listen, I'm pouring glitter on them shits. I'm pouring lip on them. Hey, it's motherfucking happening. You hear me? So if anybody want to come on the Sassy's LLC,
Actually, West Side
motherfucking
West Side Station.
entourage, we gonna take some motherfucking feet pictures. We're gonna get the bag. Cause alright. Chasing the bag is ghetto. None of us like fucking doing it. So now, everybody likes something. There's something out here for everybody. And the motherfucking the settings for people who like feet. The shit through the roof. I'm telling you, I'm about to get down. And when I get my money, I don't want to hear nobody talking shit.
I'm gonna be like, wow, I was there right at the establishment, right when it came up.
Hello, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I watched the motherfucking show, no bullshit. Somehow, you know how you be channel surfing. I got sucked into this goddamn show where they was like interviewing people with strange occupations that was getting mega money off of this shit. You know this woman be selling her used motherfucking panties?
Yeah, a lot of women.
Oh, people be doing that.
You just said what?
It's. I mean,
She wearing the better.
Yeah. They want
Man.
fuck panties.
I'm in the wrong motherfucking business.
man.
I'm out here trying to help veterans, and I need to be out here selling panties and motherfucking feet pics. That's all right, because I'm telling you, you better get on. You better get on. I'm going to put some pearls in between the toes. You know what I mean? We're going to get the angle of the camera just right. And then, you know, when I put the pearls in between the toes, you know, I'm going to get some, like, little necklaces, you know, some little jewels, little bedazzles and shit. Have them hanging off the pinkies. You follow me? Okay.
Not the bedazzle.
Bedazzle them bitches, you know what I'm saying? We're going to put some rhinestones on some of the toes.
God damn, man.
What? Some painted, you know what I mean? Like,
GG, bro.
Alright. GG's, but don't act like y'all don't hear my motherfucking master plan.
Take a shot, man, on all your toe picks and shit.
One year I went for Halloween. I thought of the idea at the last minute, and I wanted to be a sign twirler.
He's feeling it. I see it. Okay.
So
you get out there, you do that.
I work in a place where I can make things. So I literally made a 6 foot tall arrow.
Oh shit.
And then I walked around with it and wrote, you know, like Allstate. And I was one of the Allstate people. It was good.
Let me tell you something that's so silly that gives me so much joy inside. And when I see these costumes, I have to stop because it just tickles me. You know the little things that stand outside of businesses like mattress, furniture, and shit that be doing like this?
You talking about the wavy, wacky, inflatable tube, man?
And I'm telling you, we went to a costume party and this couple came in with that costume on and won that shit. I died.
I bet I would have been dying.
I was so tickled. And then another costume I was thinking about doing beer pong.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait, how would you do that?
You put the cups and the beers on me, and then on my wife, we would put the balls on it, and then put the name on there. Beer.
You're in my way.
Interesting. So you just having a conversation and somebody they still playing the game, other people playing the game. Okay.
So get you some solo cups, glue the solo cups. You know what I'm saying? On the shirt. Play with you for right? Get you some workout sweatbands on the head, on the arms. I'm talking about. And then you get your motherfucking phone. Right? And then on her you put the balls and then you put pins.
Okay.
That's good. You know what I'm saying? Beer pong. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of these years I want to be Oogie Boogie.
I do not know how to use this move. Can you tell?
James, one Halloween I was a loofah.
Play with you for a little while.
I was a loofah. Like we was about the costume. It was a loofah. Had the string out of it.
Was that satisfactory?
I bought a hairband and bought like a bathtub duck, and I glued the rubber duck on there onto the headband, so it was like sitting on the side of my head.
That's cool.
And then I bought like some little small loofahs. Oh. And I put them around my boots.
Okay.
And then I had some boots. And then my wife, she was the soap.
Oh my! I seem to
so she was bar soap.
That's pretty great. That's pretty great though.
I be torturing her. I be like, come on, girl, get into it. Like when we first met, I was like, do you dress up Halloween? She was like,
GG's.
I was like,
you will now.
Come on.
That's funny.
Get into it.
That's cool.
Let me restart my PS5 real quick, bro.
So you need to reset it?
Yeah, cause it's like a slight stutter sometimes.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing. feel like.
I think your game gonna crash.
Probably need to dust that motherfucker.
Your game gonna
Shut up,
crash.
DJ.
That's what happened yesterday.
DJ be getting them little small laughs in. He be like,
I'm just saying.
Like, hey.
Let's go, man.
I told DJ when I came to his Discord, I was like, all right, listen, I have to give people disclosures about me. Okay, the mouth is wicked. So if you got a Christian channel, don't accept me.
Don't accept me.
Don't accept me if you got a Christian channel.
Don't
You gonna
accept.
need to pray for me. Don't accept me. The mouth is wicked.
Prepare for erasure.
Speaking of the Christian channel, I told my coworker, she's single, I told her I'm gonna put her profile on christianmingles.com.
What's up, Cher? Welcome back, man. We are chilling, bro. Just going through a couple matches tonight, relaxing. How about yourself?
That's a
Get you
first.
out there. Yeah. I told her, I was like, girl, don't discriminate. The Lord gonna send you somebody. That's where he at.
Decide
On
which one of us is
christianmingles.com.
the strongest.
Okay.
It's bound to be a good time.
Okay,
Get
okay.
out there. That's what I'm saying. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody. There's love out there for everybody. You just gotta find your lane. I done seen a bitch about 600 pounds with a man. If she can do it, everybody. Listen, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. What is cute to you is trash to somebody else. Okay?
Hey.
So you just gotta walk around this motherfucker confident about who you are. Don't motherfucker make no excuses for who you are. Be your 100% authentic fucking self, and then the right person will come along.
Yeah.
You see how established personality? Idiot. Come through. Come fucking through. Okay? That's the problem. When you date people, so they. Okay, so like people, this generation of people, they not into people. That's not their. I get it. Okay? I understand. But, me personally, my own unpopular opinion, I feel like dating is for that.
Bro.
Dating is for that purpose. It's to find your friend. You know what I'm saying? That's what the purpose of dating is for. Now, you got somebody out here that, think about dating, you gotta keep an open space with your person. So what if he or she come in and they say, you know what? I really like you. You know, we're gonna put this shit on your table. What if she say, you know, I like to put peanut butter on your back and lick it off and throw bananas down your ass? If that's her thing or his thing, then you gotta be open to that being their thing. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise, that's why people.
Damn it, exactly.
GG's.
GG.
When you consider the fact that
Nice man just got back from the park with the fam. Tired? Yeah, I feel that, man. I definitely feel that. I feel that. Well, welcome in. Kick back, relax. Everybody, welcome. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. We are vibing tonight, chilling. Oh, no. I didn't want to rematch. All right, good. Oh, we should have then.
That's what you like. All right, cool. You know, it's okay to like what you like. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, for instance, it's 2024. Motherfucker, whether you like the same sex, opposite sex, whatever, everybody just need to be honest about it, what everybody doing so everybody can be safe. Period. Now, here's the thing, right? Don't be so bothered about the shit that you ain't into. How you know you don't like it? Did you try it? It's like motherfucking Brussels sprouts. Did you try it? Okay, I had to try it to know I don't like it.
Some things I ain't gotta try to know.
Yeah.
Shut up, JD.
I don't gotta know. Listen, I'm good. That don't even sound like something that I'm into. Like, so.
Like, they're that shit. You be like, oh, so, you know, you into, you know, getting choked.
Oh, Lord.
Go choke that motherfucker. That's what they like.
surrender and I'll let you
You
go.
know what I'm saying? Like, don't be mad at it. You know what I mean? But you can't be so closed off. You fuck around, miss your wife or your husband with that shit.
Do you
Or-
honestly
be like-
think you can escape with your life?
You missed the axe murderer.
I mean, the red flags are there for a reason, my guy. You gotta pay attention to those. You know what I'm saying? But
And that be the thing. Talking about I like to hit you in the butt with a broomstick. What?
Now, hold on. Take too far. Hold on now. Okay, that's a little extra, but you know. But listen, but for real, like people, listen.
There's a lot more with this.
Marriage is what you make it. It really is. Everything that works for somebody else's marriage ain't necessarily work for yours. And the piece of paper shouldn't change how y'all act.
Right.
Like me and Whitney, we just had our 1 year anniversary. We've been together for 6 years. And I'm a motherfucking pistol. I just told DJ that, who was that, yesterday? I'm a motherfucker to be with. You hear me? Not because I be off the chain or no shit like that. But
Yo, Dino back in the building?
I'm very motherfucking direct. You know what I'm saying? Like, I sugarcoat nothing. The mouth gets wicked. And I'm motherfucking like what I like and I do what the fuck I do. So, to somebody who cannot handle somebody like that, it won't work out. Because you too busy trying to contain me. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just let me do what the fuck I do. And bring your ass home. You know. So you just gotta everybody just need to be who they are. Shit. That's the gist of that shit. Be who you motherfucking are. Be yourself. Don't be trying to adapt to somebody else's shit. Okay? Like, hell, even being my friend is rough. It's like this.
What I call that 76 Baptist Church, I call it a sin of sins.
Demo know. Listen, he know what I'm saying. He be like, quit acting like that. I'll be like, shut your ass up. It takes a special kind of person to be my friend. Yeah. Shit. I be chilling though. I be minding my business. My problem is I love too hard.
GG. All right.
Your arrogance may someday be your undoing.
Woo. Agrid the Humble, welcome in. Nice to meet you. Welcome on in. How's your Friday going? BB, what's happening? Coming back on in? Hey, we switched back to the one matches, the one player. Cause yo, my hand can't handle all that, man. By the time I get to the fourth character, my hand finna fall off. You be there in a minute? All right, cool. Yeah, man, yeah, man. JV in here causing issues now. It's a problem. Gotta shut this man down. Coming in here with the trunks and all of that. Nice to meet you too, homie. I'm all right. Glad I caught you live finally. Hey, I'm glad to have you here, man. Welcome on in. We love to just hang out and chill. The vibes are always good here. And yeah, again, thank you for coming in. I really appreciate that. Having anybody take the time to come through the streams is pretty awesome. I appreciate it that you took the time to come through and hang out here. Hey, all of you, honestly. Yeah, for real. And I hope you have a good night. Hopefully you're having a good day today. Today the weather was amazing here. I got a new job. It's a whole whirlwind of things that happened today. So we're just having a good time relaxing today. Wait, they're battling and I'm not watching. Oh my God. I'm sitting here wondering, like, when's the battle gonna start?
She be like, get over here, chica. I'm gonna tell you what's in there. I be like,
TikTok legend right here. Look, not me. Like, I put a little stuff up here and there when I can. But just, just to share as much content as I can out there, just to, grow the community, have a nice group of people to hang and talk to. And that's what it's all about. It's love, respect, and just being cool with each other. It's fun, helpful. One step closer to the best day of your life, and yes, you. Hey, not me, man, not me. But I appreciate that, I really do. I try to upload all kinds of cool stuff on there, though. Cool moments from anything that I get down on, or anything that other people in the community do. It's just a fun time. I think we might be behind on this battle. I'm gonna have to ask them when they ready to.
Shit, I had a audience motherfucker.
You ain't doing no camera tonight? You get funny?
Oh, hey, shit, I gotta plug this motherfucker up, cause I was doing shit.
Oh, that's a GG's.
Ain't gonna take too long though.
Oh my god. Demo, you got a birthday coming up.
Yeah, in a month, 1 month.
Hey.
GG's, baby.
At least I might see.
All right. Looks like I'm up. Looks like I'm up. I swear we missed most of that fight. Thank you for that daily check-in as well, Hagrid. Appreciate that. I take it you are a Harry Potter fan? Because I am. I love Harry Potter. I think I was gonna try my best to try to do like a stream for, what was it called? Hogwarts Legacy. Sometime later in the year, closer to Christmas, because I usually, ever since the movies came out, like I was watching them as they came out, like week to week, as they came out year to year. And, you know, I loved being able to play, go to see the movies during Christmas time, and they usually got associated with that just because of, anyways, I usually watch at least 1 or 2 every year, so this year I might do some, like, you know, Hogwarts Legacy playthrough sometime. That'll be fun. Yeah, looking forward to that. Oh my god, I gotta fight JV again. I'm gonna have to go all out on him. He's been picking these characters. Oh yeah, we can run this back. Run this back. I was definitely feeling Gohan here. All right.
Of course the team is gonna fucking suck. You know what I'm saying? Clean up your motherfucking offense. Clean up your motherfucking defense.
I can't allow this despair to go on any longer.
Running back. Clean the whole fucking slate.
I do not require a reason to fight you.
It's not gonna work.
Dang it.
Too strong for you. How's this? How's this?
It's not gonna work.
This is everything.
Did you want me to take it out?
No, you're mine. This will end this. See what you got.
Oh, let's freaking go, dude.
Is to guide the next generation.
GG's.
I'm still getting used to that.
That was fire. That was fire.
Gotta get you some streams, man. Some good views.
Hey, you know,
Doing all the stuff. You know, that's why I be starting out at lower levels so then we can rub. You know, have moments where we like, all right, watch this.
You always gotta get them.
I like my boys, but they on some shit.
Man, because Dallas, they need to start over. They do. Like, goddamn, like, how y'all play so bad? I remember the Cowboys used to be the shit.
Good, Gambit.
I was gonna say, you still choosing your character?
Ready for anything. Come on.
Commanders
Better
are
pick
here.
up the pace, otherwise you won't be able to keep up. Over here.
I'm too strong for you.
Washington for one. Yeah.
Try this. Special beam cannon. Try this. Special beam cannon.
Uh-oh. PB.
Let's go, PB.
Oh, that was so fast. How did you dodge that?
You got like peanut butter jelly, like Princess Bubblegum.
Try this. Special beam.
I shouldn't have held it.
How the matches so far? I've been watching streams. How you guys feeling about it? How you feeling about it?
Oh, we killing it.
I'll defeat you.
Oh, say what? That's crazy.
Red Hollow was rumbling. That nigga just grabbed you out that shit?
How did he do that?
I Ultra Instinct.
How does man do that?
That's not gonna work.
He's like that for real.
That's wild, bro.
How many characters
I
you
use
do?
my
One?
Mystery Dust.
This is the ultimate power.
Mystery Dust move. I transfer into Dustin. This
I'm saying. We're doing 1v1s here?
Yeah.
Hey, let's go. Why you having such a team battle?
What?
Having such a team battle?
I ain't teabag nobody.
No, it has a sense of team battles, James.
No, we just still had it. It's the same lobby that you had before you left.
Yeah. We was picking one player.
Yeah, man, my hands was hurting immediately, bro. I'm in there using 2 characters. JDT in here using 12 characters. I'm like, bro, you can only choose 5.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, my hands hurt. I'm like, bro, I'm 102. You 25. You talking about your hands hurt.
102.
Boy, if you don't step your game up.
Look, y'all want to use 5 characters? Fine. That's a full week's episode of Dragon Ball Z, bro.
Hey, ain't my fault. Oh, hey, my fault.
I feel like 2 is the perfect character.
You got one character. You got to pick one.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying like I just feel like in general 2 is like the best.
AD picks it.
I can see that. I mean, we could do 2, but we gotta agree on it. We gotta agree.
I'm saying 1's fine, bro.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
You want to fight me? Well, you insist.
Oh, JDT
All I
then.
need is one for Holla anyway, so you know.
Ooh.
You're gonna spar with me?
Holla, all I need is one character anyway.
All right, Holla, it's that time of the night.
Time to get warm. Time to get warm. You roll up some.
Jimmy, you pick a team, go up, bro.
What?
Okay, okay.
Interesting. I'll send you to the next world
In the
with
big
this
bang.
Ultra Big Bang. Kamehameha!
Oh, he's tweaking. He's
Uh oh. What's wrong with him?
He's tweaking.
Here comes my ultimate attack.
Oh, that was your ultimate attack?
Oh.
GG.
GG, bro.
Hey.
It's time for me to step up.
Uh-oh. This is the match we've been waiting for. Might as well go ahead and cue this now. I'm done. My bad, everybody. My bad. Oh my god. Watch how fast this 0-0 finna jump up.
Enter the Elden Ring boss.
The Thunderdome. We all got some dubs though. What's up?
Okay.
Whatever form you take, it's useless in the face of my time skip.
Damn, he said mess around and find out.
Find out.
Strong words. Strong words.
Oh man.
Alright. Let's go, Hollow.
It's cannon battle right now.
Right?
My goodness, bro. That hit is so cool.
Right?
Ooh.
Why you let this man practice on y'all?
See, JDT fired up. No, he was fired up when I got in here. You did this. You did this.
You did.
JDT, now I'm picking the main, Holla. Holla, now I'm picking the main up.
Oh, snap.
I want to fuck around with him, but now it's time.
You done made him mad.
Now it's time.
See, one of us got to take him out before they able to have that match again. That's what we got to do
Leave him
now.
up there. Leave him up there now.
JDT, the final boss right now.
Who that clean? Clean. That's clean. I ain't sleeping. I gotta take my damn shit off.
For a second.
He's stabbing me like I got shit
I gotta come correct here. I can't make the wrong decision.
I'll fight with my life on the line. Stronger and stronger. Don't you think?
For Sass, they need a lot of gold.
Fight with honor.
That water, JD.
Oh,
dude. I would love to.
Oh my God. The tracking, bro. That's crazy. The tracking.
But he won't
GGs.
track me. But he won't track me though.
I won't try you.
But you won't track me, Hollow.
You right, I won't. I won't depend on tracking.
You ain't
Come
getting
find
that
me.
energy. You ain't getting that
That's
energy
when you
when you
lack
fight
it.
me, bro.
That's when you lack it.
You ain't getting that energy when you fight me, bro. I'm gonna be up on your ass, bro. Pause.
Whoa, man. Whoa, man. You getting a little spicy there, but
I said pause.
said, bro,
Ultra
pause,
Mega
man.
a little
Omega
spicy,
Super.
I ain't hear you say no pause, man.
He said it. He said it.
It's over 9,000!
About hot sauce and balls, man. I don't know something about it.
Me.
Man, it's DBZ night. Everybody's playing this game. That's fire, bro.
It's fire. It's fire. Oh. It's what?
You ain't, I thought you said you had this.
I do, but I don't have that version.
What the hell you taking so long to get it?
No, because I gotta pay $60 for it.
Damn. See, they shouldn't do that. Like, if you already had the original game, they should give y'all a discount.
I mean, I'm never gonna turn down a discount. You know what I'm saying?
On my normal limits. I'm going to defend.
Right, you can give it to me for free. I'll take that. But not free is divisive now.
I can go Super Saiyan in this form too, you know.
Yeah, that's why it's PC's the way to go.
Oh yeah. I just feel like in the long run, like the consoles might have a little bit longevity. 'Cause I feel like somebody finna get in there and be like, I'm about to just one hit kill everybody in matches on PC. It happens all the time and I hate it. Like Call of Duty, I want to play some of the older ones, but man, them servers are trash now.
Oh yeah, they got them hackers. No, console got them too now.
They do be having them.
They got them too.
Fucking bullshit.
You told me we came from
Lobbies,
fine.
being them bot lobbies.
Man, I got in one match the other day of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, like OG. I played one match It was my first match. I was so excited. I got in there, and by the end of the match, I was fully leveled up. I was like prestige 12, prestige 20. I had all the weapons, and I was like, bro. I played one match.
Let's go, Necro in the building.
GG's.
Ooh.
GG's, bro.
I took him down, y'all. I took him down.
You're lucky, Harlow.
Oh man.
I see you at the top.
He did it, bro.
I want to see you again, boy. You know I want to see you, boy.
I see you at the top, baby.
Roll up right now. Man,
Lord,
Necro in the
oh
building.
Lord.
Bud, anyway.
See, JV, you're gonna have to go through PB.
I shouldn't have done this.
It's time to goddamn get it in.
I'm gonna go crazy.
There we go. You wanted me to keep it going? We can keep it going.
Hit it. Hit it one time for the one time.
Alright, now we have PB going against James Bond. Who's gonna win?
Okay, I'm done. Let's go, y'all.
I need to have Whitney put that on my stand.
Everything meets its end by the power of destruction.
Let's go.
Yep.
Show us something. Show us something.
You ain't right that light.
Oh, this your main PB?
Can't see that.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Just cook it.
Why you not?
Cook it.
What?
I'm motivated.
I don't hear that. What?
Y'all picking these characters with 20 health bars too. You don't think I don't see that?
Yep. Game time.
Hold on.
Ooh.
Let's do the party, boy. Let's go. Let's go. Doing the same thing. CG mode. Kindred Spirit.
GG's.
I'm sorry.
I'm so mad at you right now.
Sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
I have a mission. I got a mission.
You know what it is.
I have been bamboozled.
You know what it is.
A retrial.
You know what it is.
PB.
Sorry.
Don't go easy on me.
Marked in
I don't
shadow.
want to hear that.
I need to get some more because I'm running low on it too.
He's a cheater and scammer.
Nobody better be going easy in this live.
Do you want?
Anybody hear me?
Do you want?
Nobody going
The
easy.
main. You want the main.
If anybody in this lobby
It's going easy. It's gonna be a problem.
He's a cheater.
All right. DJ, I'm giving you the main. I'm giving you the main
Marked in
character.
shadows. Cheater. Marked in
Let's go.
shadows.
Oh my lord.
I want the man.
It's a Thunderdome for real now.
It will be. It needs
Only
to
a
be.
fool would come seeking their destruction.
Don't like that. That's my favorite. That's my favorite.
Yes, sir. Man, you are grinding hard, bro. You be part bro. You're already there.
All right.
Kill you.
Yeah.
Man, that's one that my partner with me.
Not for me, at least.
So who you mad at? Who mad at?
I gotta try.
Let's get some likes. Let's get some likes in there.
I ain't rebound that game.
Yeah, I'm do that. Yeah,
Let's
already played
enjoy
it.
this.
No, I haven't played it. I only started it.
Oh.
Try not to die on me.
See, your graphics look real good.
I'll destroy you.
That's new story, man. New story will overwrite it.
Let's go.
Here I go.
Oh, you got me.
Real pain in the neck.
I'm gonna start the stream on the Discord though, so it can make my
DJ, it's not gonna be this easy. I'm sorry to tell you.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Oh no! Oh, this man going crazy.
You die.
Oh no.
So it ain't flickering yet.
And this is a lot of damage.
Oh, that's it. That's it. That's it. Oh, that was so close. That was fire. That was fire.
I'm using the wheel.
GG's, bro. GG's.
To satisfy my urges yet.
Okay, see, we got some hitters in the lobby.
That's good. We need that.
And my camera
Yeah.
cameras for streams.
I just did that because you said it. That's what you were doing. So let me
Oh,
try it.
holla. Let's go, let's go.
Here comes the run back. Here comes the run back.
Easy.
DT, you
Cheater.
Aren't we?
You ready?
He's a scammer.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Check my resolve.
Like, if somebody say something crazy, how you delete the comment?
And what? On Twitch?
See, that's how I know. See, we're gonna fight. See, that's how I know you ain't been doing your damn job.
I do, but you ain't never had nobody come here and be
Let's
crazy.
talk about this. Let's talk about this.
You ain't never had nobody come here and be
You
crazy.
ain't been. You ain't been.
You ain't shit.
No, you just click on a comment and you can just like fucking remove or you know what I'm saying. You should be able to just click on a comment.
No.
Just ban them.
Yeah, you can do that
ban
too.
a comment. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Do I have to be? I don't have to be logged into you though, right?
Are we talking about a bot? Are we talking about a bot?
If you're a moderator, you can do that. I got it.
Would
to
you
where
make me
you
a
can do
mod?
that. Yeah, you're mine. You want to see the sword by your name? The green
Sir,
sword?
don't talk to me like that. Don't talk to me like that.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on. Oh, Bobby.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh, why we switching up?
This is the real man.
This is our main. We using the mains now.
Picture? You don't see the picture?
We in the Thunderdome now.
Incarnate of evil? Come on.
And no coming back.
Rolling day and shit.
Coming back now. I'm turning back.
Your bot's set up to do all your work.
For the most part.
We in here now, bros. We in here.
So somebody didn't finish up what you said. And JD, he was first on the list.
He was first on the list.
I had him.
Wait, what?
Don't talk about her. She ain't here to defend herself.
Let's help her get her eyes put together. That's all.
She doing homework.
She over there driving.
She doing homework. She don't gotta wait tomorrow.
Send me some quiz questions. Quiz I had.
Like, what is security questions number 5? I mean, is it E squared? Is it E squared? Get out of here, bitch! You're wrong.
So this is the beginning of the game.
Oh, they out here hustling.
Very cinematic.
To the stream, everybody.
Welcome to the month.
Ooh, GG's.
Hollow coming for that ass.
Oh, I already started out with a damn
Roll
sword.
up.
Y'all got him pumped up.
Yeah, he pumped now.
Give you a sword, huh?
I'll see you in a second, PBZ.
Can't hold back. Yeah.
I'll see you in a second, boy.
I can't hold back.
Oh, she looking like, what the fuck? I know I heard something.
Need some more water.
Start off with that first. Demo with the, I mean JD with the trap music.
Okay, at moments in the store, you'll be under pressure. What do your left stick?
So with this
Right now.
game, it's a choice game, right? It's where you make the decisions, correct?
Oh shit!
Until dawn.
Demo.
I was lagging.
Are you buffering?
Yeah, I think I am a little bit.
So you're
How we gonna hear each other?
Sorry to keep you waiting.
I can, you the only, me and you the only ones that can hear it. In my stream.
Trying to keep up.
No,
Everybody is? Cool.
Y'all hear JD?
Well, I got this. Well, on my stream, I got it muted on my stream.
No, he coming through this way.
Oh, y'all can hear this Discord, yeah. I can hear it.
Oh, I can't hear it through Discord. Hold on.
Is that Marie?
He going crazy right now.
Right? No.
You cannot win.
You need to check your iron. That's what we do in ice moments.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm telling you.
Don't think you can enter my crosshairs and just walk away.
The beam struggles and stuff are sick to end matches.
Oh yeah.
Okay, listen.
That's whoever wins it.
Do I have a traditional controller or a motion controller?
Am I lagging?
Maybe traditional.
Am I traditional with PS5 controller?
Like motion controllers, or like probably want something more specific to that. But like, or it could just be asking you, do you want to use the motion controls in the controller? Which y'all playing?
Until dawn.
So you're
Don't use the motion. Don't use the motion. Yeah, don't use the. You will. Everybody will die. Do not use it for that.
Any game I have to, any game that I've streamed that I have to make choices, I kill everybody. Query, nobody survived. Nobody. I killed everybody. House of Ashes, that's probably the only game that I only kept one person alive.
Ooh.
The Cast and the Frank Stone, I killed folks.
Trying to keep up.
He is way too fast.
Damn, too bad we can't play this together.
Trying to keep up. What a drag. Trying to keep up.
I probably should.
What a drag.
40 tumbler of water. And cold, whatever, how many ounces it is. Here I am.
You cannot win.
Get a beer.
Oh, say what? What? Bro, did you see all that health I just got back?
What a drag.
Can we just whiz past you? My way to 7-Eleven.
On your way to 7-Eleven.
Here I am. Close one.
Don't bother. Don't bother.
What a drag.
That's crazy.
What a drag.
That's the perfect counter, dude. GG's.
You can enter my crosshairs and just walk away.
Man, no, he's still here.
He's still there. He's still there, bro.
I'm primordial.
Yeah.
We gotta take this guy down.
Kind of subpar at best.
Yeah, keep that energy, bro.
All right, show us what you got. Yeah. Show us what you got.
Why I gotta show y'all? Why ain't y'all show him?
You the one. You like, hey, he's mediocre at best. I'm like,
What's talking about, man? Who said that? What's talking about, man?
And what you say?
I'm pulling that Trump out. I ain't say that. What you talking about?
Then who said it?
My Trump card. Take my Trump card. What you talking about, man?
JV, you heard it. You heard it.
Nah.
Oh, I heard that. I'm sure that's clipped somewhere.
On the internet.
Nah.
That's a Deadpool moment right there. Why would I say that? Now, why would I?
For real.
You know what I did say that?
What in the world, man?
Stand by it. Holla, stand by it.
No, no, why? No way.
Stand
Want
by
to
it,
see if
holla.
you can keep up?
No.
I bet you can.
I don't want to stand by.
Got these earrings on, bro.
No.
No limits to stop us.
Let's do this.
No. Alright. Good job. This is Harlow. Look at his knife. Look at his knife.
You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
Ooh.
I missed the whole thing. What the game tell me to do,
Hit the X button. XBAY. XBAY. Elemental P.
These boys fighting.
Oh my goodness.
They playing Dragon Ball Z. You watching the episode?
Don't do this. Harlow, don't do this, bro.
Oh, fuck. I didn't let the job out the way. Fuck.
Oh.
Ooh.
You lost for the dodging the anime.
Yeah, that's
what happens if you didn't dodge
that's
it.
that.
That's what happens if you didn't dodge it.
Just trying to give us a little example. I see.
Okay, that was all. That was all.
I see.
Okay.
I was asleep, man. Oh, I just woke up. What happened? I just woke up. What happened?
It's a whole lot of, going back on our word going on here right now.
I was asleep. What happened, man? I just woke up. My screen cut off. It cut back on. What happened, man? I don't know, man.
Someone was locked in. I wasn't. Someone was playing my shit.
You started a new story?
I thought I did. Are these people drunk or dead?
Both.
She too calm, so I think she drunk. They drunk. I see solo cups.
All right, JV, what you got for us, man? Bring it out here.
Trying new stuff, man.
Oh, so
Oh.
this is so motion controller. That means
Interesting.
instead of using the stick
Don't-
shift,
Interesting matchup.
Don't sleep on this fucking bed.
that's nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't
be too surprised when you see how fast
sleep on this character, bro.
My goodness, bro. Oh my. Like I can't even like match how fast this dude is punching right now. Yeah, this dude's pretty sick.
Oh, PG is crazy with Martyr. He's nuts with him. That shit is crazy as fuck.
Yeah, that is insane.
See, one character is way more sweatier than like 2 or 3. So you gotta be like, way like, I mean, it's like ranked on Fortnite.
Yeah. Oh, but we do got ourselves a match. We got ourselves a match here.
No.
Yeah, that's it. GG's.
Woo, that was close though.
Yeah, we getting some fire matches. Man, that is a sick finisher.
Nail's cool, man.
Wow, it's not hard to pay attention. It's like something different all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like watching paint dry. It's not like watching paint dry. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like what they explain kind of even in the anime. It should be moving so fast sometimes.
I don't watch anime.
You just think like they explain it though in the episodes, and they explain it throughout the shit. That shit be happening so fast, you might miss some of the shit that's happening, and you don't have like an appreciation for it because you're not actually doing it.
Mm-hmm.
When you engage in it, you ain't gotta watch it. You can play it.
I don't do that either.
That's the problem. That's why you don't understand why. That's why you don't understand why we can pay attention to it.
Yeah, because
That's
it's
the problem for
something
you.
y'all like.
Well, it's not about us liking it. It's about us engaging in it.
You gotta like it to engage in it, don't you?
Not always. I engage in work every day. I like it.
True that.
Okay, I'll play with you a little bit.
Bars,
Hey, Dad,
literal
okay.
bars.
Take that and that and that.
I just can't get into it. Stuff that's like cartoony.
Fighting, like Tekken the same way, Fire the same way, like. Hey Jordan. We remember when using all of these characters would be a dream in this game. And now you can use everybody that you use, like, and you can use them well.
How we end up in the same part? Oh, because we. Okay, so I did start over. We are literally playing the same part. You just like 60 seconds ahead.
I love that. Dragon Ball, boy. Y'all playing Dragon Ball, boy.
Ooh.
Good game.
Good games.
That
GG's.
combo kick you guys.
This is the ultimate fury.
Because it flows right into like an easy. I'm able to get that like yeah.
So it's weird.
Yeah.
Walking up at the same time.
This motion controller throwing me off. I think I might have to switch it.
I told you that. We told you.
Look, why you not? Dang, you ain't trusting.
How you gonna ask us and then be like, I'm a chick?
Yeah, I ain't gonna do it. Alright.
I'm mad.
I wanted to see. Because it's got me doing this instead of pushing buttons.
Yeah, see, it's just a little jank. That's all.
Yeah, I know.
JDT, wake up, you're fighting, bro.
I think I automatically.
Alright, wait. JDT, wake up, you're fighting, bro. I want you to be
I already
serious.
know. I already know.
I'll take
You
care
have
of
to run
this.
it back. Run it this.
This is dope. But it's kind of cool though. The motion controller. I guess it takes some time to get used to.
Wait, what? Oh.
Ready, lock in.
Why did deer scare the fuck out of me? Is that what you was talking about, Demo?
Yeah, that's what I was
The
talking
deer.
about. That's what I was talking about.
Now I have to fight.
Man, why we keep coming back to this? Why we keep coming back to this? This is just our matchup.
Stronger and stronger. Don't you think?
Talk too much
You know,
shit.
if you high Holly, you gotta pull out a big stopper.
Oh no, I'm back.
What the fuck?
You gotta find something. I hate when they don't let you run. You gotta run.
Shit, man.
You put everything into that.
Ooh.
Put everything into that.
Both of y'all.
Nah, it's my turn.
Exhausted.
Gotta pull up with his dad.
This might hit. I don't know.
Oh Lord.
I don't know.
I keep switching back and forth. I don't know what to do. Ooh.
Fun fact, if you guys didn't know, you charge stamina slower when you're underwater.
Yeah, I did realize that recently.
True to the old games, but if I think ICP did the same thing.
Drop the phone. You dumb hoe. We are literally at the same party now. Literally.
Y'all could get out of the water. Y'all just don't choose to. Y'all both
It's kind of
struggle.
like an advantage thing. I mean, at the same time, your opponent can't charge fast. Can't use his
Right.
special.
GG's.
Yeah, that's a good matchup. Yeah.
Oh.
It's kind of crazy. Yo, Holler had to wake up.
GG's, baby.
Man, GG's.
A little bit.
All right. I see.
And y'all boys playing some Dragon Ball.
We trying, man.
Wait, how do I pick? Oh my god.
Oh Lord, somebody dead. Oh, they dead.
They got start over and shit.
As soon as you start hearing that, you already know what's going on.
You can. Can't is a made up construct of your mind.
Bars.
You can.
Both of them.
You can.
Well, it was either drop Hannah or let go.
I let go.
I just let go.
I let go too. We ain't shit.
Dang.
Dang.
Dang, you let go.
I didn't want to drop my sister.
Oh no.
Bullshit. Fuck that.
We just gonna.
You know, you just got to make choices sometimes. Just got to make those choices. Yo, Tiny with the sub, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Tiny. I really appreciate that. Hopefully you're having a wonderful night. And great stream earlier today, too.
Hello, Tiny.
My power compares.
Welcome in. We are vibing, chilling in the Thunderdome, if you will. Like, man, my hands hurt now by now. It's crazy. Y'all going crazy. I feel like I'm fighting for real. I'm fighting for my life out here.
Boy,
I'm fighting for my life.
You better stop playing with some sand.
I'm fighting for my life.
Some calluses on them hands, boy.
Look. Look, y'all play the game. Mad people are playing this lately. Yes, absolutely. It just came out for everybody today, technically, right? Today?
Yeah.
So yeah, you're gonna see probably a whole bunch of people hopping on it. Yeah, like earlier today I was saying at the beginning of the stream that like somebody made a comment on one of my videos and they were saying that like they seen other people play the game, but this particular clip of me playing the game was like that's what made him get it. And I was like, bro, you stop playing. And he was like, yeah, man, I'm I'm about to get the game right now. And I was like, all right, that's dope. You're gonna have a great time. Honestly, playing this, like find yourself a chill crew of people to play with and you're gonna have a blast. Like, it's just amazing. And there's like over 180 characters, so you know, you really can't complain. GG's.
Hey, we on, Chef. Come through, bruh. We ain't going nowhere.
Hey, Chef.
In here.
Chef.
In here.
Where you at, bro? Where you at?
We are in here.
Speaking of we are in here, you see who's at the top again.
Uh-oh.
Who's at the top against?
Uh-oh. See, he held that streak.
Hit that shit.
The JDT. We got the legendary match coming up between JDT and Mark in Shadows. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to use the actual and PB and JDT match coming up right here, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. Got it. Coming to you real soon. Okay, I'm down. My bad. Let's go.
Let me expect Goku. I know.
Who is he, our therapist?
That's the narrator for the series.
I know.
Whatever form you take,
he could be.
It's useless in the face of my time skip.
All right, hold on. All right, man.
All right, hold on.
Is that what you
think? Fuck around and find
Look, he ain't leaving this UI. I'll tell you that.
Even the island, get off that.
But see, this hitting UI, that's what I want to see. That's what I wanted to see. I'm glad.
Yeah, I think maybe I already got the upgrade.
No, you can't charge. I told you. No.
Man, that is so sick, dude. Ooh. And these boys is tussling right now. Now don't give in. Don't give in yet. Actually, no, it's all right. That might be a wrap.
You see it?
It's time to
Game time. Oh.
No. Well, no. I mean, you got quite a journey ahead of you, but I think you can maybe pull something out. We gotta find him first. Where he at? Where is he? Oh man. Oh.
Oh.
GG's. GG's.
Son Goku.
My nemesis.
Okay, it was Hit that had to take him down. I see him.
Makes sense, bro.
I see it. I see it.
It makes sense.
So where's Chef at? Where's Chef at? What's good?
That's what I'm trying
dinner?
to say.
Make
Oh, here, Denny. Okay, all right, all right.
Get a whooper. Then he gonna be in here.
Bro, this game is so fucking good, man. The
That's
colors
amazing.
are so beautiful. I'm a sucker for colors, bro. The colors of this game are fun.
Colors are ridiculous too.
The time is now.
I ain't never seen a game like have like just be so bold with the colors, you know? Like they could have easily.
Ninja Storm is bold.
It's close. Yeah, it's pretty close.
This is different, bro.
Like this is different.
Dares to challenge me.
Ooh, good matchup.
Hey, ain't this what's homeboy name? The actor? What's the actor name?
I have no choice.
I'm talking about the
Pete Davidson, ain't that him?
Pete Davidson. I don't know if that's him.
Until Dawn? Yeah, no Pete Davidson Until Dawn, man.
Is he an actor? What's his dude's name?
He is an actor. They're all actors.
I know, but what's the dude's name?
I have no idea.
I've seen him on some shit. But I'm not sure.
Cute strategy, man. That's straight up and like try to charge up real
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? This is Dragon Ball Z.
Y'all playing, boy.
Man, you went for that health boost.
Does it give you a health boost? I don't think it does. I think fuses are the only thing that gives you a health boost.
It
Okay.
did. It did.
Yeah,
really?
Ooh. That was so close, bro. What? How I end up here?
Say where you ended up over here. Oh, he's weaving, he's weaving.
I feel like doing that is so lucky, but you're really good at it.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you, that Vegeta fight, it instilled something in me.
I don't think I can dodge this, if I'm being honest with you.
Oh.
That's unblockable. Good game.
Jeez.
GG.
My defeat is an impossibility.
The unblockables are crazy in this game. Reese has one, I think. No, Beerus has
I still don't understand Whis yet. I gotta get in the lab with him.
Oh, Necro.
There's no way IGN gave this game a 7 out of 10.
They don't understand good games
They
anymore.
don't get shit, bro.
All right, let's go.
What, you got some secret character?
My left hand.
Secret character.
Well, you know, if you don't get the Dragon Balls, you can't get them.
That's too bad. No, I'm just kidding.
It's me, sarcasm. I love his
Man,
aura.
look at this aura.
It's like, yeah, it's like iridescent. That shit is so beautiful.
Man, I put everything into this.
You're gonna win it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, come on.
Bro, he got the transformation, or he got the downgrade. Does Asamatsu have a transformation, or is it like a deform?
I think it's a deform from this.
I know Boo has an extra one too. The Battle of the Brothers.
Nope. Been going on for ages now. In every game we play. That was fire. That was fire. Oh!
Will always be weak.
Bro, that's so fast.
That's a lot of damn.
I'm surprised. Oh no, you got special beam cannon? I don't think you can dodge this. What?
I got a special beam on.
What a shame you don't put a sideshow.
Look, you said you're a sideshow. You gonna let him tell you that, JV? You gonna let him take you a sideshow?
Hey man, hey man.
Turn up, bro. Yo, turn into
Yeah, come on, let's go.
Show me your true power, bro.
The great honor to fall at the hands of a god, is it not? You cannot keep up with me.
Oh my.
Oh, I put everything into that. I'm dead. You can just spam it.
Always be weak.
I put everything into that. GG's, man. GG's.
GG's.
Universe even comes close to me.
Right?
Fire.
Yo, I like how we said that at the same time. That's we brothers for real.
And the match go, woo!
Right?
Oh, this game is so good at making you feel like, holy shit, I just fucking did that.
Like, I can't believe we just, yeah, exactly.
Like, bro, I just did that.
JDT, you up? You wait?
He's ready. He's ready.
The instant transmissions are insane tonight. They're going crazy.
Yeah. Everybody on their shit. Like they
Yeah,
should be.
yeah.
That's what I was doing.
It took me about 7 times to do that shit.
Am I supposed to hold my D-pad?
Uh-huh.
So I wasn't supposed to move at all.
Bro,
This is
you
good.
saying
I'll send you to the
you being funny.
afterlife.
Turn this up for this fight.
I don't have time to waste. I'll have to finish
I feel like I
this
had
quickly.
deja vu seeing this Goku, bro.
I'm saying,
I can't. You can't. be
JDT
mad.
ain't never gonna let it. Yeah,
He's trying to perfect his craft.
he's dedicated. Yeah. Look at it. He said, "Come out of the ring. Come out of the ring. Look at this. Right? Look at this."
What's wrong?
That was definitely a "don't come for me" stance.
I was off the Henny.
Don't come for me. You shouldn't have come here.
Shouldn't have drank that Henny warm.
Yeah, don't ever do that.
He shouldn't have drunk that warm.
Do that on the rocks, my friend. On the rocks. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Little filling each other out. I see you.
That's so scary.
Yeah, he looks ridiculous just standing. That's a true UI. Just stand there.
He ain't afraid of no ghosts. He ain't afraid of no ghosts, baby.
Jeez.
That was sick. I'm
bro.
what?
This will be when your life.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie. Super Boo go crazy. What is he doing?
The reason he
my
had to go
goodness.
Super Saiyan 3, he had to need a whole new form to kill this man, bro.
Man.
There's a reason he needed an entirely new form to kill that one man.
Absolutely
I like
insane.
how you went out the ring, though, JDT. That was nice.
Nah, bruh.
Hey, that was. Hey, we had some
Nah,
good standoffs.
I was distracted. That whole jump. Like,
Oh man, come on.
Oh, you can't say that. You can't say that.
you got it.
hate
I'm telling
y'all.
you, you got it,
Nah,
man. You
man.
got it, bro. Like, you got it.
I don't know.
You got
man.
it. Real talk in real life. My wife was sitting here singing, listening to a fucking playing music on her phone.
Okay, well.
No bullshit.
All right.
No bullshit. No
But
bullshit.
you still give him the win, though. He got the win legit.
All day long. All day long. And like I told her just now, I'm like, yo, you've never done that shit before.
Hey.
So now it's like, now I'm in like double shit. Cause y'all think I'm bullshit. And she think I just bumped out on her for no goddamn reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yo, you never did this shit before. Now that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? And like now, so you got, all day you got that shit. Cause for the last 2 bars, I was paying attention. You know what I'm saying? For the first bar though,
Just give up. You can't beat me.
There was a little bit of a. All right.
matter of fact.
Okay, you got the UI now. All right. PB said, hold on, let me.
He's dope.
Ooh. He is dope, man. It's hard to not play as him. My God. I respect the baby Vegeta though, man. I used to play him in Tenkaichi 2 and 3. I just haven't been feeling, man. There's so many characters now that's ridiculous when it comes to that. They should have buffed my boy. Hashtag buff baby Vegeta. I think I know who I'm bringing in next, though. And nobody used him today, too. I'm surprised.
Oh my.
Okay. What you got?
Oh Lord.
Oh my.
Oh, it hit!
Oh.
Fire, 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 fire.
What's that move called?
Is it Final Flash?
I think so. Let me charge up. Oh shit. Oh shit.
You ain't gotta charge all the way.
Wait. I gotta see. I didn't see. Oh wait.
Was that the move?
No, it wasn't. Oh.
Good fight, bro.
Good fight. Good fight. GG's.
Dude, I made everybody leave.
You did.
I ain't never seen that shit. That's my first time seeing that shit when everybody leave, though. That's crazy.
That's
Evacuate the place. Evacuate.
Cool. He's crazy. Get out of here. I was gonna be the other one, but the other one would have been, I could turn into that giant ape. And we ain't doing giant apes in here. Anybody being a giant ape, go crazy. Go crazy. Shut them down.
I will end this for you.
So what does the proficiency do for you? Nothing? Like,
I don't know. I think on your card it just tells like other people how good you are with that character.
okay. Need a little bit more information. Like, he actually uses them.
This battle is between you and me.
I wasn't expecting the Vegeta.
I'm inspiring everybody to change up. Look at this.
I'm just picking different characters. I love this shit. If you want to go random characters,
Can you do random?
I wish.
I didn't know if that was an option.
you can go random.
We could set up a random night and just go all random. That'd be fun.
You don't want to do random right now?
That's what I'm saying. We here now.
We could do it now.
I don't think you will.
Oh. Ooh. I think you caught some.
Let's see if you can withstand this.
Oh boy. I love this move. I love that move. Oh my lord.
You got him,
wow.
you got him.
You got me. Throwing his balls at me.
Oh lord.
Good lord, look at that thing.
This might kill me. This might kill me, bro.
Oh lord.
Oh.
No way that.
Are you serious?
Dang.
Let me show you.
Oh lord.
No! Oh. Don't do this to me.
Let's see if you can withstand this.
I think I'm underneath you. I might be alright.
It's alright. The family's going with me.
I might be underneath him. Yeah, I'm good. But he did blow. Dang.
He said that's alright, the planet's going with me. Love it.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, y'all playing Dragon Ball.
Oh, that's not good. This is not good.
I don't know why that didn't immediately pop, but I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna hit again.
It's a lock of on them.
No. GG's.
You're so weak that for once I'm considering being merciful.
I'm taking the planet with me.
Who knew that's all it took? You just miss. That's how you blow up the planet.
Oh, we pick a random or we doing the fated matchup, bro?
Random. You can do random, bro.
Alright, let's get it.
I say everybody do one.
Everybody random.
What button you gotta press?
No, we'll keep it random. We'll keep it.
Just click the right stick. Just click the right stick. It'll give you a random. Just press right stick. Press X. That's it.
Demo.
Don't switch it. You gotta lock in with who you got, bro.
Demo.
We about to be
alright.
in for some matches.
Hold on. Damn. That's my fault, dog.
Chad, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. I appreciate it. Even if you're just here to watch some Dragon Ball, I appreciate it. Like, happy Friday, y'all. I hope y'all having a good evening. Hope you got some snacks, some drinks, all of that. Enjoy yourself, because we are having a great time. We are killing it tonight. All right, y'all. Is this UI versus UI? How you get UI on random?
I did it. He did press random. He said he did press random.
Nigga, that's what she did. Okay, well. Grabbing on neck. That's what's the fuck going on.
Woo. Okay.
You like it, I There's 30 clues I found.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, y'all playing Dragon Ball.
Oh my God.
Why did the sky change? Look at the sky. Oh Lord. Y'all playing Dragon Ball.
My goodness. My goodness. Ooh. Ooh. Chance. You see the tension in his eyes. You see the tension in his eyes. Oh my God. GG's.
It's overflowing.
Somebody like me.
GG's.
It's over 9,000! It is definitely over 9,000. Welcome in, Let Prestige.
Alright, man. JV, we're gonna press character select, press the right stick, and just press X. Whoever you get is who you get, bro.
Oh nah, I had fucked around and hit square.
You know, the only thing I hate about games like this, Demo, is the corny shit that has to happen first.
I didn't even go to character select. I had just hit square.
The corny shit that has to happen first.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, how?
I don't know, bro. I wanted to save my excitement.
Oh my God, bro. Ain't no way, bro.
No. Alright, I'm gonna try.
Ain't no way, bro.
Come on, Android 18. Show them what you got. Show them what you got.
Look, I think we all learned something here. If you go into the casino, go with PB.
Yeah.
Definitely go with PB.
I can't charge up. Oh Lord, I can't charge up.
This character roulette is crazy.
I can't charge up. Hey.
You're an Android, bro. You can't charge up.
Oh Lord.
You're an Android, fam.
Oh Lord. He's taking me
I don't
out.
know how to play as the androids yet in this game.
Oh Lord, that's it.
Get up.
That's it.
Get up.
Man.
You're dead.
My God.
Don't think you can enter my crosshairs.
GG's, man. I don't know how you did that, bro.
Yeah, we doing random prestige.
Make everything. We doing random.
Relax, homie. Hey, you need to relax. I don't see you got the sticks, so
You
shit.
good, you good. Alright, so how do we do the random?
You click the character you want to pick, right? And then you just press the right stick, press X.
Oh, I see it. And then you just pick whatever it chooses.
Whatever it chooses, you just press X. Yeah, that's it.
Man,
Character here.
I got one too. Oh, this is kind of.
Okay.
It lets you play as characters you haven't played before. Yeah, you know, like it's fun.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
I can't charge. I'm just gonna.
I can't charge.
I can't charge.
I can't charge.
Oh, I can.
You know what I can do, right? Are you familiar with my character? Are you familiar with my character?
You better not. You better not. You better not. No. Oh my God.
I'm just watching you level up. I forgot I can't charge.
No. It's funny, you like walking, like just floating over to me.
I don't have a choice, but I do.
Or do you? Ha 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 ha!
Ooh.
I may be little, but I am deadly.
Just put my strength up tenfold. That combo. No, not the combo.
Farewell.
Oh! You got me.
It.
Oh!
No way! This game is fake, right? Uppercut you. Oh,
GG's. He too little. He too little. He couldn't get
I
it.
hit that one. Hell flash.
You said right above his head, he went.
No.
The little duck.
No.
GG's. This is pretty accurate though. Yeah, that if you think about it, that's pretty accurate. I'm kind of liking this more than playing regular, to be honest. That's kind of sick.
Randoms is dope, bro. I'm telling you, I was playing with my friend for like 2 hours just random characters. Shit was lit, bro. It's lit. You got some crazy fucking.
All right, come on, give me Lady Luck. Come on. Interesting.
It seems it's my turn.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Where's Chef though?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm still wondering, where's Chef?
The Demon Lord versus.
What a poor, unfortunate soul.
Tell
you
Chef,
are.
Poor unfortunate soul.
See my red ninja coming right here.
Bro, you got the best hair products in the game.
Yeah. It was Super Saiyan 3 before it was cool.
Right? Yeah, alright.
Oh, the boy got some cool fucking aura.
Yeah, he does. I think this might be the first time I'm seeing it. Take some breath, bro. My breath stink. My breath hot. I said my breath hot, not yours. Oh. He was beating me down like I said his breath stink. Ooh, that was fire. Oh. Interesting.
I'll kill you quickly.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I didn't think this through.
It's gonna clash.
Oh, crazy. GG's.
That kills them. That's crazy.
That killed. That's insane.
Crazy. Good shit, bro.
GG's. That was sick.
Hey, happening.
Ooh, that was sick.
Me in my Discord, Chef.
Oh yeah, Chef. Come on in. It's getting fun. It's been fun, to be honest. Shoot.
This is mad fun. Now we're going random, so it could be anything right now. Literally.
Anybody's game.
Anybody's game. You could have Krillin, or you could have Super Saiyan fucking Broly.
Krillin's kind of a problem. Kind of a problem.
It's Chef Boyardee.
Oh snap!
I am here.
Welcome in. Welcome in. Man, it is lit in here tonight.
Who the fuck got Bojack?
Oh my god, that's such a lucky pull.
Legendary pull.
Right?
Help me to become stronger. Still get on your knees and beg.
Alright, let's go, let's go. Oh, let's break it down. Actually, I could just play that.
Oh, let's break it down.
Ooh, somebody gave a shout out to somebody?
Oh, let's break it down.
Hey.
Oh, let's break it down.
They just gave me armor. I appreciate it. Okay, the Trunks is holding his own though. Hold on.
Alright, Trunks.
My controller. What's going on?
Oh yeah.
I can't move.
He doesn't care.
Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm back.
Bro flashed it. That's crazy.
Okay, okay.
Chef, what up, bro? How was your day, man? Okay. Maybe Dragon Ball.
I'm one of those people when I'm watching people play games, I like listening to them.
It's too soon to lose hope.
Oh, it's too soon.
Oh my God. Tell him, Trunks. Say something. Oh my God.
Oh, he reversed it.
You might have spoke too soon.
Oh my God, he's gonna finish him off hard.
This might be it. This might be it.
What?
Oh, okay.
Miss.
Okay, okay.
That's crazy.
Oh my God. Trunks, hang in there. Survive. Go Super Saiyan. No. He said no chance. This is so sick, bro. Trunks is like, oh my God. Ooh.
The Captain Falcon.
Show me your moves. Ganondorf looking. GG's.
Random job. This is crazy.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm excited for literally every match now because we don't know what's about to happen.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why random is the best, dude.
Any of y'all got the game Beast?
No.
I need to go, dude. I'm
Nah,
trying.
no.
Yo, come to the casino with me, DJ. We hitting the casino.
That's what I'm saying.
This is crazy.
Wait. Let me see. Let me confirm. It's gonna come, bruh. Yeah, we going to the casino, bro. That's insane.
Wow.
We don't
Look at this.
But who we got on the other end? Who we got? Oh, whoa. Wait.
Gogeta.
Is this real?
Gogeta, bro.
Is this? This was random, chat.
No, that was fire. That was.
This is. Whoa. Yo, this is fire. Okay. All right, fight back. Come on. Come on.
Oh.
This is one of them matches. This is legendary right now.
Oh my God, put the whole thing. The whole thing.
Ooh.
You okay?
Let's end this.
Ooh.
All right, what's it gonna be? Okay. Ooh.
Yeah, step on my face with your dirty
Ooh.
Don't step on my face with your dirty J's, alright.
Yeah, you were kind of just standing on that field over there. And who knows what's been over there, you know what I'm saying?
We doing single fights?
Yeah. Single fight and random.
Random. Oh.
Yeah. So this was random. Like, this is insane.
Yo.
Yeah. This is crazy. Vegito Gogeta match random.
This is for all the cookies.
Oh my God, let's go!
No!
Oh! GG's.
Holy shit.
Dude, the beginning of that though. Holy.
That was fucking crazy.
Dude, how did I dodge you from behind?
I was wondering that too. I don't know how he did that.
No. Whoa, yo.
I don't know how you
Something
did
new,
that.
y'all. We done found something new.
Yeah, that's gonna be a clip. It's gonna be a clip.
I said, huh? You talking to me?
Emotional damage.
Emotional.
Right? This game is fucking sick.
All right, I'm about to say, don't give me this. All right, Lady Luck, what you got?
Now, Prestige, did you see that? Oh my God.
I'll put this power to good use.
I'm happy with this.
I am also happy.
I like how
Oh,
sometimes
okay.
you don't say anything.
This is a run back.
What are you? It is.
This is a random run back.
Ooh.
something for him. I ain't knew that something like that was around
Get it, DJ?
Ooh. Okay. Okay.
Here goes.
Ooh, get it.
You're done.
It's tough because this is like a full-on, like rushing type of character.
We'll make it work. You got it. You got it. Don't let Bojack get you.
Oh!
Turn the tide this time. Oh no!
Oh, he might have me. He might have me. Oh! GG's. GG's.
That was a good fight.
GG's. It was just straight brawling.
Oh! Dang.
Good
I
fight.
didn't like it. I didn't like her.
It was. It was.
I didn't like it.
Man. Bojack was going in, bro.
Are we doing?
Chef.
Are we still doing random, or are we still picking whoever?
Nope. Random.
We're doing random. We're doing
Random.
random.
Okay.
You gotta press in the right stick. And whatever you get.
X, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it. No doubles, no triples. Like, let me just see one more time.
Chef, I'm so fucking sorry, bro.
Oh man.
Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh god.
For freaking
I'm so
Janemba.
sorry, bro.
Tell me you got Janemba right now, dog. I would throw my control. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Basically.
Oh man.
No. He got the
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
I'm right behind you.
What, the SpongeBob? Oh. Spooky season right now, so. All right, come on, y'all. Oh my lord.
I haven't used this character before. So sad.
This game pretty short.
Yeah, this was quite unlucky.
You got this though. Lock in, Chef.
It ain't over though. It ain't over.
Don't let Broly take you.
This is Golden Frieza after all.
Yeah.
Okay.
I used all my resources. So did you.
Oh man.
I'm so proud of you. You know you run the mad one.
It's over.
You dodged it.
Prepare to die.
Whenever he uses this super, I think he's gonna say it's over 9,000.
Oh.
Oh, we got a beam struggle? No, that was too quick. It was too quick. Nice. GG's.
They fucking gave me those, bro. I can't believe it.
I will enjoy torture for as long as I like.
Why to give me
GG's though.
fucking game? Yeah, he definitely had the resources. Like if he had Krillin or some shit. But he fought back.
He fought back. Mm-hmm.
Chef,
What's
man.
important is we got a quality match.
Zombie brawl at a paintball place once. It was like a zombie run. It was pretty dope. I had to get the people that were shooting at me with paintballs.
You cannot pay me. You cannot pay me to run face first with the people with it.
It sounds like it would be rough.
Oh, okay, that's dope.
All right, the
let's.
information. Let's go.
Okay.
I
have tons of power.
Yeah, so we
That sounds good.
Tons of power.
Release us into the crowd at 1 o'clock.
Now you'll get to witness
Oh, that's dope.
I've really become.
You wanna watch this real quick? Oh shit!
GG. Let's go.
Battle of the Transformations. This is cool.
This is pretty fire, I'm not gonna lie.
And here comes the first one.
Uh-oh, already? Here we are.
Off rip. Okay.
He's like, my head is twice the size.
Right.
My head looks like a hot dog.
Oh.
So I was gonna make fried chicken today, but I was like, I didn't even marinate the chicken, brine it.
Destiny 2.
This may steal.
I got 2.
Now get ready.
Literally got 3,000 hours on Destiny 2.
Why is Suicide Squad $6.99?
I got over 1,000.
Halfway decent plan.
Not that I'm super proud of it, but
Wait, is it wait? Maybe this is
Yeah, that's the deluxe upgrade in the actual game.
yeah.
Why is this man in the hyperbolic time chamber?
That's a dangerous thought.
Right.
Both of them.
What's your game on? Or just you just doing PC?
I'm on PlayStation.
Shit. When are you gonna join? When are you gonna follow the crowd and get this game?
I can't see a mother.
Sassy says she's not playing Dragon Ball.
Oh, that is not my lane of games. Did you see what my game?
Oh, he tells you oh, okay, perfect cell.
All right.
For somebody who on PlayStation.
Okay, y'all playing some Dragon Ball, I think.
The first one. Mm-hmm.
You can get all 4 of the
Check out
Metro,
my perfect
Metro
ball.
Exodus for $8.99.
None can surpass me.
I got all of them too.
I gotta play that.
Nah, I bought them for
Ooh.
You actually thought you could best the Great Freezer.
GG's, guys.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Injustice
Good
2.
game, bro.
Injustice 2 is $2.99. Wait, I might have to buy this because I think I got this.
I have a Discord of when they be releasing free games and shit.
For PC players.
Is that on you mean like Epic Games and stuff too?
Oh, let me check and see if I got this.
PlayStation 2. I got it for PlayStation 2. I got it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
You know what? This game didn't get a lot of credit either. Injustice 2, it was good.
I liked it. I didn't like it as much like Versus. I liked it a lot. Like what is that mode that it had? Like you could level up the characters and tower, something like that.
Like listen, grub, bro.
That mode was awesome. Because I felt like in Versus, it really ended up being, yeah, it was kind of clunky in the end. But I did still like that game. I played it a lot. When the Ninja Turtles got on there, it was a wrap. I think that's who I played last.
Oh yeah. Look at this place.
This is me being serious.
Again.
Look at this.
Oh my God. Yo, JDT. Thank you for that raid, bro.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Do that shout out, of course.
What are you doing, streaming?
I'm gonna grab some grub real quick and hop back on stream. Not back on stream, but hop back in the game.
Okay, all right.
It is.
Even like a dub. Yeah, about 20. Yeah, about 20.
He's weaving.
I watched Ridley play Far Cry 6.
Hey, thanks for that follow. Appreciate it, Nadal. Welcome in. Hopefully you're having a great day today. And enjoying the matches too. We've been going in. You've been in JDT's channel, you already know.
Jamie, let me ask you a question, bro. You thought a barrier would work?
That's what's up, man.
You think a barrier would work?
Back for blood.
You think a barrier will work?
Oh!
Oh my lord! Oh my god! First man loving this game so much. Heck yeah, it's so much fun.
Right back, y'all.
All right. Ooh.
Those were good games too.
You have it as well, Night Owl?
No, they didn't put Jedi Survivor for $15.
What? That's crazy.
Sure didn't.
That's crazy.
I'm in the middle of playing it now, actually.
I didn't touch
Promise you this isn't over.
You beat the first one?
What? Jedi?
Jedi? Yeah.
Listen, no listen though. I started everything and I finished. No!
Alright.
I'm just being honest.
Oh.
Hey. Well, it's a direct continuation.
But see, that's why when I announced I finished the game, that is a major accomplishment.
A major milestone. I feel you. It's hard sometimes. It's so many games, you know?
Yep, we finished that one. He just as bad. He don't finish nothing either.
Oh, see? It's alright, though. It's alright.
The Division 2 is on sale. That was a good game. I never touched that. I touched the first one. I didn't touch 2 or the
Yeah, same. We're just playing some player matches. Don't think you're ready for ranked yet. I have not touched rank at all, bro. So I totally understand. Oh my God, you about to be mad?
I'm about to be mad, bro. I am. I'm gonna chuck this PlayStation across the world.
Uh-oh.
Battlefield 4 is $5.99.
Oh.
Battlefield 4 was fire.
Oh, you got your main? Ah, motherfucker.
Yeah, let's go.
You know what that means? I just gotta fight. You wanna fight? I just gotta fight, bro.
Come on, bro, let's go.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy. I played some Dragon Ball.
Oh, okay.
Oh, damn.
You're at the perfect height too, man.
Zombie Army 4
Say something about my height.
is on sale. I don't know how much it is because I can't see how much.
That shit hit you from behind, pause you. Can't,
But it's under $15.
Oh, give me everything you got, bro.
Oh,
Lord.
Alright.
okay. Show me something.
This game, Prey.
Okay. Ooh, you looking nice.
I went to transform, he fucked it up.
That means you better run.
Oh my God.
That's it.
GG's.
I was trying to go Super Saiyan.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, fuck.
Another high
Good game, bro.
Good game.
King has been brought down.
All right.
We did it.
Let's get it,
We did
DJ.
it.
Yeah, don't feel so yo. What about me? Good game for me.
Good games.
He said, yeah, DJ, you fucking killed me.
I said GG, boy.
Some nights I sleep so good.
Random, anything can happen. I love it.
Yes, absolutely.
I start rubbing them damn feet together.
Oh, you're gonna be knocked out after that.
We'll be good.
Not
Oh,
rub the feet
okay.
together. It's self-soothing.
Everything I've got.
Rubbing them toes together.
I wish I could have kept that character.
Ooh, I just changed my shower head out.
You just saw my main, Gogeta
Well,
Super Saiyan 4. Yeah, he is fire. I love that character.
Okay.
We're doing random right now too, so everything you're seeing right now is just random.
Hell no. You be like, I feel like I'm in a hotel.
Okay.
Hey, I was at the spot, baby.
I said,
This-
fight that shit up.
I'm trying to tell you.
Losing water pressure and shit. The washer is out the shower head over there now.
Boy is on fire right now. Ooh.
Burn your skin all hot. Oh my god.
I put everything into that. So did you? Oh, you put more into it.
Uh-oh.
You risked it every. You risked it all, boy.
I risked a lot. Oh
You
no.
risked it all. No. Ah.
Damn.
I said I was gonna
Ooh, nice. I put too much into that.
Life is Strange. That game is so stupid. I don't know.
Yeah, I heard that game.
I waited too long. I really did though. Oh.
You better take this one seriously.
Oh, I couldn't dodge that one.
Looking.
Space Marine got a season pass already? Damn, can I finish it?
Ooh, nice. Why'd I do that?
Outlaws, Star Wars Outlaws got a season pass already?
I ain't gonna play that one. When they come out that one?
You watched me play that.
Woo.
I didn't even play that one.
Nice.
That was good.
GG's. Nice.
Oh my god.
I need to start this.
Yo, chef, that was fire.
That was gangster, bro. I love that.
GG's. GG's.
Jesus. Christ, man.
I got that game.
Dude, some good matches. Love this game. You popped off. Thank you. Thank you. Did I play Tenkaichi ever? Oh, yeah.
Once I get stuck, I put
Yeah, I played Tenkaichi. Me and my brother played it a lot, like growing up. We played it all the way until Tenkaichi 3, actually. And we were sad when that was the end. Like, we even played it on the Wii, and I remember it had like really bad netcode. So we were like going like literally one frame a second at one point. We played it until we literally couldn't, basically. So yeah, huge fans. Very, very happy it's back. And I'm happy it has this. The multiplayer is so clean, is so smooth. By the way, Night Owl, what do you have it on? Do you have it on PlayStation or do you have it on PC? Or do you have it on Xbox? Because we also got some homies that got it on Xbox. I actually got homies that got it on everything right now, to be honest. That's awesome, dude. Hell yeah, those games were my childhood. Same. I feel it. Ooh, what we got here?
motherfucker.
Okay.
Super Saiyan. We could get serious with this one.
All right.
But I got pretty far in it before
Let's
I
make
stopped,
this a good fight.
Yeah, listen, that's another thing about me. Know that about me. I get stuck. And I done tried 50 times.
You're like, that's it.
I'll be back, my guy.
See, I can't do that though, because I'll take a break from a game and I'll come back and then I'll be like, I don't even remember what I was doing, bro. Like, what is going on? And they'll be like, we need you to go save the captain from the blah blah. I'm like, all right, what direction do I go?
Like, where's the captain?
Right, where is he at?
Let's go beyond.
Me and Demo do that shit all the time.
Like, I noticed it back in Pokemon. I'm like, bro, what?
I'm mad they made this game too long. But I want to buy it so faster.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta be up. Both of us gotta be up.
Oh, okay.
So I caught myself thinking I had that game. I was playing pretty, and I went to sock that motherfucker and hit the wall. I thought I broke my gun. Yeah, I put that shit in.
Well, you know you can use it on a PC now, but you got to get an adapter though. The VR thing. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. You can use it on Steam games now.
Oh,
GG.
GG.
There was before. We was on PlayStation website earlier, and I was like,
That was so close.
Yeah.
That was.
So a lot of people have been picking it up because it, gives it a little bit more utility. I mean,
if the new VR is worth it.
Mm-hmm.
If that new one is worth it. Hey Trojan, where you been?
You have it on PC right now? You plan to get it on PS5 so you can play with your boy you used to play with back in the day? Hey, I know how it is. We are all literally like that. It's just crazy that like they didn't put by default crossplay on here, especially with as smooth as it is. You'd think they would have done that by now, but it's all right. We're patient. Hopefully the community at least is vocal enough, but not crazy, but just vocal enough. Oh, this is fire. Man, this dude is getting a lot of play tonight.
Right?
I don't think any of us played this character that much until tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gave it one too many.
Oh boy, put too much in this way.
The person. Yes, I like Little Nightmares. That game is so cute.
Oh.
I got both of those too. They got a 3 coming out where you can play with multiplayer.
Okay. Okay.
It's Ganondorf. Okay, fire track. Let's go.
No. I can't allow you to charge. I'm sorry.
Oh, it is a horror game.
Man, we need to clear out these spectators, man. It's a little dangerous out here.
You see this demo? This is a horror game coming out.
W Zelda reference? Oh yeah, he looks just like her to me. You got the earrings and all.
Gotta get the fans out of here, bro.
Like they both going to the same barber.
Hell.
We already completed
I'm gonna get sent this out of here. Go ahead.
The patience. Man, y'all getting locked into these.
Alright.
So we're both trying to grab.
Mm-hmm.
That's because these kind of games you gotta
I'm pumped up.
No.
Oh. Oh, that is.
Trying to get this audience out of here. Let's go.
Yeah.
Get him out of here. It's a little late. It's a little late for that now, but get him out of here.
Oh no!
Yeah, get him out of here.
Well, yeah, get on out of here.
Look, they just put this game on.
Cheat, Dory.
And then the match ends. Make an easy cleanup. Dang.
Damn.
Good game.
GG's.
We don't last that long.
I was tussling though, man.
Yeah.
Bojack been seeing too many plays today.
Yeah.
For real.
Eclectic.
Oh my god, this some shit JD play. This got big.
I've become another rival.
I'm gonna go one more round after I fight again, and I'm gonna hop off because I'm gonna eat dinner.
Okay. Hey man, thank you again for coming in.
Like after you guys get done with stream or anything like that, I'm down to hop on over later.
Okay. Oh my lord. Are they serious right now? Are they serious right now?
Who we got?
Oh my god.
I got a bald head, boy. Let me tell you.
So do I. Bald brothers.
For this to be a two-door garage,
I'm not who I used to be. Evil.
And that eye is real defined right now.
You're in my way.
Oh my god.
Get it.
I'm a kung fu master.
Don't let him jump. Don't let him charge.
Let me charge.
No, my back.
That game looks pretty good. It's for free.
You need to train more.
Oh,
you need to train more. He said you need to train more, bro.
I got you.
Damn.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
He said I need to train less. Oh.
Now, allow me to.
Wait, let me just hit the ground. You can't get me if I'm on the ground. There we go. If I play dead, I'm good. You ever heard that? Like when they say, like, you know, don't go after the bear. Don't try to challenge him. Just lay down.
No. Get him.
Oh my lord. Oh.
I didn't want it to hit you.
Get him. You're behind.
I didn't want it to hit. I was aiming for that planet.
Nice.
Ease.
Ooh.
Ooh, y'all both can't see. Ooh, y'all both blind.
You have 3 eyes on your blind.
On my iPad.
You got 3 eyes on your blind.
Is that a pig?
Ooh. Oh. Hey, it kind of worked.
Yeah, it did. I can't see a much.
Why there y'all can't?
And
now it's time. Oh, I meant now it's time.
Uh-oh. Not now. Not now. No! This can't be! No!
No!
This can't be! GG.
GG.
Can you imagine if this man tried to fight Golden Frieza? Bro.
Exactly.
He was pretty good on that, right? He was holding it down.
He was trying. He was.
That's crazy. Golden Frieza is crazy.
That's crazy.
This game has.
This game, the Sid. It's cool.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
That game out.
Mission mailed. Mission mailed.
JD still AFK?
He was about to go eat something, right?
I think he said after one more match.
No, that's right.
Oh, wait. JDT went too?
I think he's in.
I know JDT went to go eat, but I don't know if he's AFK right now. He's just eating.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. And then the Legend of Zelda music plays. Didn't even realize.
Watch yourself, Mike. Yeah, I'm a fucking he'll be your girl, nigga.
Brother, you have to be fucking kidding me. You have to be fucking kidding me.
I don't know how to take that. I don't know what that means. Is that good? Is that bad? Bro. Bro.
I promise you I'm not picking him, bro. I promise you. That's right. I'm not picking him.
Neither am I.
I could clip it. I could clip it.
That's wild. Did no one claim this? They didn't. They didn't, Vermilion. They did not. Welcome in. Thanks for that claim, suckers. Yes, there is a first in our channel, everybody. Whenever you're here, make sure. Otherwise, Vermilion usually does claim it. He tries to claim it. So just letting that be known now. Come through, try to get that first. Try to beat him at it. Also, Vermilion, I checked today. I've seen my resolve. It's decent. I'm doing good. Been streaming and knowing this entire time. Here, bro, let me do this. What you playing, by the way? What you been playing?
There's a big old fight I gotta watch.
I am the strongest.
Okay, cool. Oh, you've been playing a bunch of stuff tonight. You have too many games? Man, we were just talking about that. It's real.
We were talking about
Fight.
Oh, get it, get it.
And New World starting October 15th? Man, I feel it. I feel it. I got to get more spooky games in on the channel too. I've been, whoa, it's almost 9,000 that resolve. Hold on, I need to check. Decent. Decent. Oh no, my game did not just crash.
Jeez.
That's crazy. Y'all going too hard, you crashed my game.
Say y'all wasn't supposed to do this.
Slacker. Bro. This is the second time. Exactly, bruh.
Man, that shit happened yesterday too.
What's nice is the lobby doesn't close. We're good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I'm coming right back in there now.
You want us to wait for you so you can live see it?
Oh, no, you good.
You sure?
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
I can join right in then.
Yeah, let's just wait. We'll just wait. So you can
Okay. I love that it's the same room code all night. I love that.
Yeah. They don't look loyal to motherfucker.
these hoes ain't loyal. No, they
That should put me in the bottom. They said you had enough.
Yeah,
Oh, she's still alive. You ain't killed her outfit? Just saying.
So it looks like if you don't ready up, someone leaves.
That's crazy.
All right, we back. We back.
I got time waiting.
PlayStation.
JD, you guys.
Ghostbusters?
He's still getting he's still eating right now?
Trying to throw the trash.
I thought he was back for some reason.
I thought I heard him too. Maybe I'm twipping.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm twipping for you.
Right. Let's go here. Oh,
Chef, you didn't want to fight the raid boss? You didn't want to fight the raid boss, bro?
bro.
Raid boss.
You got another one of your mains, dog?
No, that's not me. That's Jake.
We're good.
I got cakes waiting for.
Come on, bro.
Mystic, welcome in. Good evening. How has your night been so far? Oh, it's been great so far. We've been having a good time tonight. We've been literally in here just chilling. Like, we're in the Discord channel. We're just going crazy. It's a bunch of us in here. All a part of the community, all chill people. You doing good? Finally able to relax? Nice. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Good to hear. I'm over here doing a little snacking and playing. That's the best part about this. The matches are always really good. So you got something that a snack is perfect with this game. Uh-oh. We have an incoming message.
Breaking news! In an unprecedented turn of events, the world's supply of ice cream has mysteriously vanished overnight, causing widespread panic and spontaneous declarations of love for popsicles everywhere.
Wow, this is breaking news. You heard it here first, guys. Make sure if you can get out there, get yourself some ice cream. Take care of yourselves. Buckle down. You know what I'm saying? It's getting real. It's getting real out there. And we all know popsicles aren't as good as ice cream. We all know this. We all know. So get out there and get your ice cream now. Get it while it lasts. Welcome in, Kitty. Thank you for that. How's your night going? Popsicles suck. I love ice cream. Yeah, I mean, they're just not comparable. I mean, I like, the ice cream, the best ones have been from like the ice cream truck. But since you can't always have that, there's literally no point in comparing that to just general ice cream altogether. Because you can go to multiple places and get some like fire ice cream. But you cannot go to multiple places and get good popsicle. Exactly. Fact. I'm just saying. It's going well. I hope you're having a great evening. Oh, we are having a great time tonight. We're chilling. Thank you for that 10 stream streak. Fire. Thank you. Yeah. It's just a thing. It is known. But yeah, we've been in here chilling.
See, this game, I played the Sinking City.
All right, Chef. Thank you for joining us.
I got a 2 coming out.
Yep, thank you, Chef.
I don't really care for it. I gave it away.
Who would go to a popsicle joint?
You should. This is a good one.
What's that?
What even is a popsicle joint, Like, what even is that? But I'm going to say this. They should do that. But like just gourmet popsicles, just like almost like treated like it would be the craziest thing. And I'm telling you, somebody will go. They'll be like, wow, this is like fine dining, but like popsicles. They put sprinkles on the popsicles here. It's fancy. Oh, savory popsicles. Oh God. So what? Like you got like gravy, great meat. It's meat in the middle and gravy flavored popsicles. Oh, like cinnamon. Okay, that's different. I'm like, whoa. Oh, these dudes are battling. We're not even watching. Are we talking about nasty popsicles? Oh my God, hell no. Yeah, no, that's a big no on that. It'd have to be real fruit. Oh my God, no, not the sprinkles. It's like edible sprinkles or something, like make it look fancy. Fancy popsicles.
Oh, I tried to put a barrier up.
So you're gonna fight?
Oh, you think a barrier would work?
I thought a barrier would work.
We're over here talking about popsicles this whole time. Oh my God, chicken and rice popsicle. Oh my God. Oh, that sounds so nasty. Oh my God,
bro. I swear to God.
It's because we were talking about Sloppy Joe. Oh, y'all nasty.
Popsicle flavors. I was like,
whoa.
Sloppy Joe.
Oh, steak and vegetables. Oh God. This is a contest of who can come up with the nastiest popsicles now.
Ew.
That's what this has become.
Pickle juice.
Ew.
Pickle juice popsicles. Now, listen to this. At Disney, they had some kind of like. Would y'all drink this? It was like I have not tried it, so I don't know. They had a pickle juice like shake. Y'all drinking that or nah?
No.
I'm gonna go with no. Definitely go with no.
There's no way, man.
All right, who we got?
That's refund worthy.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't even get me to drink that for free. And this was random, by the way.
Yep, same.
That's when they used to make good games.
Yeah, I think it's in the honor system. I think too strong.
In the honor system.
You have to honor each other. You have to know what's random.
If you don't, it's not real. You know, it's not real. Are you really playing random? I had to put everything. I feel that.
Oh, what?
Ooh, I caught you.
I wanted to play this game. Impatient.
Yeah, he's fighting for his life. Oh.
I like that they actually use him one arm and not just
Free as me.
broken arm
Oh, is this beam struggle? Nope.
What?
There go y'all number 2, baby.
Oh my lord.
You know, once I get straight, I'll be like, I ain't y'all.
Okay, here we go.
No.
Bye-bye. What? You're still alive? Be right back, no problem. No.
I uninstalled it. This game's on.
No.
GG's.
I
GG's.
got to a place where I was stuck and it wouldn't let me go no further.
Fire, bro. All right, give me a second, guys. Give me a quick second. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming through tonight. I really appreciate it. We definitely had some good games and some good matches in tonight. I really appreciate everybody stopping by here. If you're new to the channel, again, I am DJ Eclectic. We get into all kind of stuff. Have a good time with the homies, everybody. Literally, it's all love here in the community. So if you're not already following, I'll go ahead and definitely go ahead and follow the channel. We'll be here again. Thank you guys again, Chef. Thank you so much for coming by today. PB, always a pleasure. It's over 9,000. It is definitely over 9,000. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. And yeah, I'm gonna be seeing y'all very soon. I'll be back for sure on Monday, but I don't know if I'll be streaming on the weekend. If I do, I'll let you guys know on my Discord, which I will go ahead and post here for anybody who may not be already in it and may be curious. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and find somebody to raid out to. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your night, man. I really appreciate y'all coming through here. Mystic with the sub. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You did not have to do that. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Everybody, thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate it. I really do. Let's see who we can go ahead and raid out to here. You just continue to love, man. Just pass it right on along. A lot of people will be playing the game tonight, so I'm sure we can find some other cool people to, hang out with. Oh, you know what? I don't know if PB is gonna, or I don't know if PG is gonna get off soon, but we can go over there real quick. Let's do that. Thanks again, everybody, for hanging out tonight. I appreciate it. Take care of yourselves, and I will see y'all soon. Peace out, people. Later. Oh, wait. PG's raiding out? Okay, we're gonna cancel that raid. He's not raiding me, is he? He's raiding. Okay, well, let's let him raid me and then we'll raid out. Oh, you don't know who he's raiding yet. All right, all right. I'm like, we might as well let him raid me and then we'll raid out. I was literally about to raid. That's really funny. That is really, really funny. See, the love is strong out here, man. All right, let's pass it on. I think we're gonna check out this guy over here. I don't know if he's playing. It looks like he's playing online, and they're just having nice chill matches. So we'll head over there. But that is amazing, dude. We were about to raid each other like that. BG brother, if you are in here, thank you for the thought. I really appreciate it. But we're gonna head on over. We're raiding this guy Nightmare Effect. So if you're looking for someone to raid out to, you can meet us over there. But have a good night, everybody. I'm gonna pass you guys on to someone. Thanks again for hanging out with me tonight. Appreciate it.
Talking about that cycle move. DJ coming in with a fat rate of 19. What's going on, Mystic?